ready. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the hearing for October 14th, 2025. If you wish to speak today, please stand and raise your right hand. Please stand and raise your right hand. Ma'am. Do you all swear and affirm to speak the truth at today's hearing? Thank you, and please silence all electronic devices.
First case, page 36, Inspector Gail Williams, Jessica Martinez presenting. Case number CE 2412028, case address 22 Northeast 16th Place, owner Scott Morris. First heard 3/11/2025 to comply by 3/21/25, 5/13/25, and 7/8/25. Suspended 8/12/25 through 10/14/25. 3 sections complied at 150 with a fine of 15,900. 1 section not complied at 150 with a at 13,650. 29,550 grand total. City requests full amount and fines continues to accrue.
Good morning. Inspector Martinez with the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 241. You didn't hear what they said, or you can't hear me? Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, so was I. Yeah. You want to maybe read it again, please?
Case number CE 2412028, case address 22 Northeast 16th Place, owner Scott Morris. First heard 3/11/25 to comply by 3/21/25, 5/13/25, and 7/8/25. Suspended 8/12/25 through 10/14/25. 3 sections complied at $150 per day with a fine of 15,900. 1 section not complied at $150 per day with 13,650. Grand total of 29,550. City requires full amount and the fines continues to accrue.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
My name is Scott.
Okay.
Good morning. Inspector Martinez with the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 2412028, case address 22 Northeast 16th Place. This case was first heard on the March 11th, 2025 Magistrate hearing, with 2 extensions to comply by October 14th, 2025 for the following violations. 18-12.1.A withdrawn, 9-306 complied, 9-280H1 complied, 18-12A complied, 9-305A complied, 9-305B remains in violation, 9-304B complied, 9-280B complied, 18-8.A complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on October 12th, 2025, and the violation for 9-305B remains, as depicted in the photos. At this time, the city is requesting the full imposition of fines, which continue to accrue until compliance is met.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You want to say anything?
Am I to understand correctly that the only thing that's still outstanding or was still outstanding is some grass?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And I met with Gail, who isn't here today, a couple of times, and the area that was grassless was one area in the back of the property near the sidewalk when this started. That was seeded and it all grew back. Then I had to dig up some stumps up by the front of the house, and that extended this. And then the city came by and dug a trench through the front of my swale, literally a day before she came out to look at it. So there was no grass in about a 4-foot wide section of the swale, and there was a bunch of dirt piled up around that. And then that became the problem. The grass is back. The grass has covered everything. I've painted the house. I've replaced fascia boards.
No, we're just talking about the grass. You want to address that?
Well, we are, but there's
Just a minute. I want to hear from them. Yes.
I'm not opposed to giving him more time if he needs more time
What
to
is
put
it?
grass.
Can you just, he basically, I think, says that there was some grass in the back that wasn't taken care of. The city tore up the swale. Is it the swale that's the issue?
In the photos, it looks like the swell is the issue. The inspector isn't here today. I'm just presenting her case.
See the ditch dug through the center there?
Special
City came in with a
Magistrate.
backhoe 2 days before this and dug it all up, pumped muddy water.
Okay, so the
all
only
over.
thing is the swale, right?
Yes.
Okay,
missing
so I'll
ground.
give you additional time, to take care of that. How much
Okay.
time? Anybody have a recommendation?
36 days.
36 days would be, November 19th. Do you want to do a notice to order to reappear or not?
Yes.
And the state.
And a stay of
Special
fines.
I'm sorry?
A stay of fines.
And stay the fine?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to give you an
Okay.
additional 36 days to take care of this, and it'll stay the
I
fine.
keep hearing this word, stay the fines, but every time I come back here, the fines keep going up.
I think they're staying,
It started at 15, now it's at 29. And I don't get it. You know, I was told right from the beginning that if
all
I
right,
was
wait a second, just stop for a minute. We're staying this one violation right here, right?
Yes, for 9 days.
Okay, that violation, I'm staying that fine. The other fines I'm not addressing this morning. I'm going to stay those. You're going to be given till November 19th, and there'll be an order to reappear. Okay? Thank
So
you.
that means I can't comment or ask about anything else while I'm here?
No, actually not, because the only thing, they're all complied. I'm not going to go back and readdress those, okay? So what I'm going to do, there's going to be an instance in which you can come back and we'll address the fines. That's not today. And if you want to address them then, what I'm trying to deal with is this little swale area. I'm going to give you to November 19th.
That literally got dug up 4 days ago.
Okay, I got it. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next case, page 48, Inspector Paulette Del Grosso, case number CE 2503086, case address 535 Hendricks Ave, number 104, owner Nathan M. Heidbrink and Robert S. Heidbrink, first heard 8/12/25 to comply by 10/14/25. One section not complied is $100 per day. Fine starts 10/15/2025, and this is an order to reappear.
Good morning, sir. You state your name for the record, please.
Nathan Heidbrink.
Okay.
Good morning, Inspector Del Grosso for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Excuse me, the case and address are as read. This matter concerns a dock in disrepair, and the owner has appeared as ordered to provide a status.
Yes, sir.
The dock is set to be complete at the end of the week.
Okay.
I have a photo of the progress. The delay has been getting the city permit approval and then getting the framing
How
inspection.
much time do you think you need?
The contractor said by end of week, so give them a little bit of time maybe for a wiggle
You want to
room.
do
but
36 days?
That should be sufficient,
Yeah.
Your magistrate. I have been noticing the progress, so it is almost complete.
Yeah, a week may turn out longer than that, just the way things seem to go, but, so I'll give you till November 19th to come into compliance.
Thank
Okay?
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and once we are finished, I contact our inspector. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 33, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25010885, case address 721 Northwest 18th Street, owner Kelly Don Gerald, first heard 6/10/25 to comply by 9/9/25. One section not complied at $50 per day. $1,750 has accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Kel Gerald.
Okay.
Good morning, Inspector Kendrick, case and address as read. This property was first heard at Special Magistrate on 6/10/2025. Special Magistrate ordered 91 days to comply or $50 per day for each violation thereafter. Violation 18-12A has been withdrawn. Violation 9-30308B has complied. Violation 9-304B has complied. Violation 9-280H1 has complied. Violation 9-306 has complied. Violation 9-305B. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a well-kept appearance. There's area of dead and missing ground cover. Violation 18-4C has complied, and violation 9-313A has complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on October the 8th, 2025, and found the property remains in violation as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting the full amount in fines and fines to continue to accrue.
Yes, sir.
Hi. First of all, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear anything you said. I don't know if.
Basically, what they said is that all the things have complied. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There was 8 violations. You've complied all of them, except for one, which is the landscaping. There's missing side. And
Yes, so...
that's still there.
Yes.
Okay, and they want you to comply that.
Yeah. If I can say, I did make an attempt I put plants out there. We have a lot of peacocks and iguanas in the neighborhood, and they were eating them, faster than they could grow. I put the hardware cloth I had on hand around them to protect them, but the openings were too big.
I'm sorry, what did you put down?
Hardware cloth, like wire mesh.
No, I mean, what was the ground cover?
The perennial peanuts.
Okay.
Which I spoke with Mr. Fisk at the city.
Yeah, so Mr. Gerald has been in contact with our landscaping department.
Okay.
He's trying to prevent, sod from watering and growing. So he has been in good faith of bringing the property into compliance.
How much time do you need?
Well, I just found out, I didn't know it needed to be planted all the way to the street.
Okay.
So, excuse me. When I leave here, I'm going to go buy more plants. I drive a scooter. I can only.
How about 36 days? You think you can do it in 36 days?
Special magistrate?
Yeah.
We can give him 91 because it's going to take
We'll
us
give you
some time.
91 days.
I would really appreciate that.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, I'm going to
I don't know if this has any. Well.
All right, so what I'm going to do is this one violation, I'm going to suspend the fines.
You can put it there, fines, yeah. That's okay.
And it'll be given 91 days, which will be January 13th, 2026, okay?
Thank you so much.
You want an order to reappear?
Do you feel like you need to come back?
I wouldn't think so.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 44. Inspector Matthew Flesher, Rafael Santos presenting. Case number CE 250-20511. Case address 3617 Southwest 17th Street. Owner Easter Young, Antonio Young Estate. First heard 6/10/25 to comply by 6/25/25 and 8/12/25. One section not complied at $50 per day. $3,150 has accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount, and fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Mr. Young.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes,
Inspector Rafael Santos presenting on behalf of Matthew Fletcher, City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance Officer, presenting case CE 250-20511 for the property that is located at 3617 Southwest 17th Street. This case was last heard June 6, 2025, where they were given until August 12, 2025 to comply. Code section 18-4C complied June 8th. Code section 47-34.1.A.1 complied June 26th. Code section 9-304B complied August 13th. Code section 9-306 complied on August 13th. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on October 7th, 2025, and the following violation remained. 9-305B, property was posted September 29th, 2025. The city is seeking full imposition of fines and for the fines to continue to accrue.
Yes, ma'am.
You said the fines are still doing
Do me a favor. Can you pull that microphone down? I think it might help you better. There we go.
He said the compliance is still doing what? They're still in order?
There's one outstanding violation.
Okay, what that is, the grass in the backyard?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Landscaping, yes.
I put that there. I did that, so he can come by and check it. I put it there Saturday.
You put sod down?
Yeah, I put sod down.
Okay, he's going to have to confirm that.
Okay.
How much time do you want to give?
Well, the city's not opposed to 36 days.
Okay, 36 days. That'll give him more than enough time to get out there and confirm.
Okay, and about the fines?
I'm going to suspend the fine during that period of time. I'm not wiping the fine out. I'm suspending it from accruing during that period of time. So All right, do you want an order to reappear or not?
Yes, we can have an order.
Give an order to reappear. That would be November 19th.
That'll be about the fine?
Yes, I guess, so.
If you're in compliance, yes, ma'am. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next case, page 4, Inspector Ahmad Wallace, case number CE 250-80749, case address 1306 Southwest 18th Court, owner Eric Carbonell, posted at property 92525, posted at 1 East Broward, 10125.
Good morning. You state your name for the record, please.
Good morning. My name is Maria Messino Carbonell. I'm speaking on behalf of my husband, Eric Carbonell.
Okay.
Code Officer Wallace presenting on behalf of the City of Fort Lauderdale. This property was first inspected 8/29/2025, following the neighbor's complaint regarding a light disturbance at a residential property, and the following violations were observed. Violation 47-25.3.8.3.a, lights illuminating abutting residential properties. Pre-hearing inspection was conducted on September 25th, 2025. The property remains in violation. The city is requesting 10 days to comply, or $500 per day, or thereafter. This concludes my testimony.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. The light camera reported by our neighbor who lives behind us, she originally stated that the camera was a security light that was flooding her bedroom. The reason why we installed the light was because we previously made a police report. She said she was taking cameras down, and then while we had guests over.
Right, I'm dealing with the lights today, though. I understand what you're saying.
Very well.
So, are you saying that it's in compliance as of today? Is it shining on the, is it look like that?
No longer.
Okay, so you'll have to confirm that, right? Recommended time for compliance? 10 days, is that what you were requesting? All right, we'll do 10 days. I'll give them a chance to get out there and confirm it. That would be October 24th. Or a fine, what was the recommended fine amount? $500 a day, okay. Okay, October 24th. So they'll be out and they'll confirm it, okay?
Very well.
And the other issue, I'll let you talk to whoever you have to, staff or something about that. That's not something I'm dealing with today.
Yes, if you could direct us to help us, that would be much appreciated.
You know, where would that go?
No idea. That may be civil.
Yeah, that
Civil,
might be
yeah.
civil. That might be the courts, maybe.
Okay.
All right,
Great.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Next case, page 37, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 241-00382, case address 5108 Northwest 10th Terrace, owner BIC Corp., first heard 7/8/25 to comply by 7/18/25, 8/12/25, and 9/9/25. 3 sections not complied is $100 per day. $18,600 has accrued. The city is requesting the full amount, and fines continue to accrue.
Good morning.
Good morning, Benjamin Sunshine from Brinkley Morgan on behalf of BIC Corporation. Also with me is William Fairman, who is the property manager for the property.
Okay.
Inspector Kendrick presenting the case and address as read. This property was first heard at special magistrate hearing on 7/8/2025. Special magistrate ordered 35 days to comply for violation 47-21.18.a, which is complied. 63 days for violation 280H, and 10 days for the remaining violation of 18-12A, or $100 per day for each violation thereafter. Violation 18-12A is not complied. There's trash, overgrowth, and rubbish and debris on the property and swell area. Violation 9-280H is not complied. The wall and fence is in disrepair. Violation 47-21.16A, which is complied, and violation 9-305A is complied. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on October 8th, 2025, and found the property remains in violation as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting a full amount of fines, and fines continue to accrue.
I'm sorry, did you say that 47-21.16 is complied?
Yes, it's complied now.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So at this time, we're seeking a 60-day continuance on the imposition of the fines so we can remedy the violations. We requested that continuance back in September via correspondence. In response to the correspondence, we were told to ask you at the hearing for the continuance. A little bit of background I think is important. At the last hearing in July, there was a little bit of confusion as to whether the concrete wall was on BIC's property or not. It was BIC's understanding that the concrete wall was not on their property based on a survey they obtained in 2020. After that last hearing, BIC obtained an updated survey, which took 2 months to complete, and the updated survey showed that the concrete wall was in fact on BIC's property. So since that time, BIC has been working to contact fence contractors and a general contractor to deal with the concrete wall, and that's why we're seeking this extension.
Yeah, I think maybe we'll get to terminate. Rather than continuance, what I'd be inclined to do is grant you additional time to come into compliance. I'll stay the fines during that period of time. They're already accruing, but I'll stay them during that period of time. How much time what are you looking to do about the wall? Replace it?
So as of now, what BIC wants to do is remove the entire concrete wall and replace it with a 10-foot fence. The fence contractor has reached out to the city and they confirm that's okay. However, when I talked to the code inspector this morning, he indicated that a fence was not going to be allowed per code, and we would have to replace the entire wall. Obviously, we'll have that final determination once a permit is applied for, and we go through the permitting process, which should be completed this week. But obviously, a BIC will do whatever the city requires.
Compliance, in my mind, would be that they put a fence up. I guess a fence is not permitted in that area?
The thing is, on the survey that they have, when the lot is built, it states a 5-feet concrete wall. So he haven't had no permits. He haven't had no respondents with the city of Fort Lauderdale building. He haven't put no permit in, so he don't know if the fence will be allowed. So I told him the survey says 5-feet concrete wall. So don't just assume that he can put a 10-feet fence there. Be sure with the city of Fort Lauderdale.
Well, the only thing, I mean, I probably straying into an area I shouldn't be straying into, but the height might be an issue, whether it could be 10 feet or not. But I think he could obviously, I don't think the survey is going to dictate what kind of fence you have, or wall you put up. It was part of the site plan, but I don't think it was. So, again, maybe I ought to step back and let you guys work out how you're going to do it, but...
Special Magistrate?
Yes.
Right over here to your left.
Yes.
Yeah, the compliance really isn't putting the fence up. That's something for the building department to figure out if they can put up a fence or not. That's not in our ballpark. Compliance is the trash, fixing the fence or removing what's there, and the dead tree stump. We can give them 36 days with the stay of fines in order to reappear, but I wouldn't want to go any more over that, so we can get a
what was the recommended
36 days with an order to reappear and a stay of fines, and then we can get a status on where they are with that wall.
All right, let's do that.
Okay, so 30.
So we're going to 36 days, which would be November 19th. I'll stay the fines during that period of time. There'll be an order to reappear. You can figure out, hopefully you'll know by then whether you're going with a fence or you're going with nothing or whatever it is.
So then we're staying for the 18-12A and
we're going to stay 2 violations.
Special Magistrate.
The trash.
The 18-1, I want that to continue to accrue because it's just cutting the grass. They should have took care of that. The fence I don't mind, but the 18-1 needs to be taken care of.
Imposed?
Yes, imposed and
no more additional time on the cutting.
We're fine with we can impose for the 18-12 because it is overgrowth that should be cut. It's a nuisance. The rest of them we can stay the fines on. So 18-12 we can impose, and then the remaining violations we can stay the fines.
Well, we are cutting the grass. The where the overgrowth is the part of the wall that's in disrepair, right? We're more than fine cutting that, but if we're going to have to remove that wall, then when we remove the wall, we'll cut the overgrowth. But
Special Magistrate, the overgrowth should not the wall being in disrepair doesn't have anything to do with the overgrowth. You can cut the grass
around the wall. I'm going to give you 10 days, additional 10 days to cut the grass, okay? And I'll stay it during that time.
Okay, so 10 days for 18-12, and then the 36 days for 9-.
And you're going to be back here on November 19th.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 43, Inspector Matthew Flesher, Edward Eason presenting. Case number CE 250-30771. Case address 2832 Southwest 14th Street. Owner Lawrence Rabin. First heard 6/10/25 to comply by 7/8/25. Suspended 7/24/25 through 8/28/25. One section complied at $50 per day. $600 has accrued and the city is requesting no fines.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
State your name for the record, please.
Lawrence Rabin.
Yes.
Good morning. Edward Easton presenting case CE 2503-0771 for the property located at 2832 Southwest 14th Street. The case was last heard on July 24th, 2025, where they were given a 35-day extension. A notice of hearing was posted to the property on 9/29/25. All violations were complied as of August 24th, 2025. The city is seeking no fines at this time.
Yes, sir. Anything you want to say?
No, just want to say thank you. Matthew's been real helpful with anything I needed.
It's nice to hear. All right, everything's complied and the city's requesting no fines. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 30, Inspector Gustavo Caracas. Case number CE.
Hold on, sir. Sir, you're going to need to mute your phone and your watch. It's gone off like 3 or 4 times, please, especially since you're at the front. Thank you so much.
Case number CE 250-30081. Case address 200 East Las Olas Boulevard. Owner PRII SR 200 East Las Olas, owner LLC and Prudential Real Estate. First heard 6/26/25 to comply by 8/20/25. One section complied at $100 per day. $4,100 as accrue, and the city's requesting the full amount.
Good morning. You state your name for the record, please.
Paige Miller.
Okay, thank you. What's your relationship to the owner of the property?
I'm the property manager.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Special Magistrate Gus Caracas for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case and address as read. This case first came before Special Magistrate on June 26, where evidence was presented and magistrate found for and in person with the property manager and with the tenant. During these conversations, the status of the violations and corrective actions were discussed. I am happy to say, sir, that this case is in compliance. And we have the property manager here with us today.
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to request that they waive the fines.
City's position?
It's the position of the city that fines be imposed as read, but we would like to point out that the administrative costs have been incurred by the city of total of $580.
All right, I'm going to reduce it to $1,000 inclusive of the $500 administrative costs. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 28, Inspector Robert Kroc. Case number CE 250-80059. Case address 1700 Northeast 57th Street. Owner Hulda E. Iglesias Gonzalez. First cited 8/3/25 to comply by 8/3/25. Two sections complied at $500 per day with a fine of $1,000. Appeal deadline 8/18/25. City requesting the full amount. Citation appeal received.
Hi, can you state your name for the record, please?
Hulda Iglesias.
Okay.
Inspector Robert Kroc presenting on behalf of the city. Case number and case address as read. This property was first inspected on 8/03/2025 with following violations found. Violation 17-7 1A, A, there is amplified sound coming from this residential property that is plainly audible 25 feet from the property line after 10 p.m. This violation is irreversible in nature and recurring per case CE 25070172. 2. Violation 17-7100A. There is non-amplified sound coming from this residential property that is plainly audible 25 feet from the property line after 10 p.m. This violation is irreversible in nature and recurring per case CE 25070172. 2.
Are these separate dates? There's two cases. I mean, there's two violations here. It seems like for the same thing, right?
They are the same. So one is non-amplified noise, which is yelling and screaming. The other one is amplified noise, which is any type of music or...
Okay. All right.
So,
Thank you.
So they're both separate violations for noise.
Okay. Amplified sound music?
Yes.
It is.
So there's music, and you hear them yelling and screaming, and
Yeah, I heard
they're being
that.
jolly. But
Yeah.
both of those are violations. This occurred at 2:32 in the morning.
There was no music. I'm sorry. I got a first violation on July 4th that we were celebrating Independence Day, and we celebrate instead of Friday on Saturday, July 5th, and we had music. I didn't know that on Saturday night the cutoff time is 10 p.m. So that was my first violation. I paid the fine and everything. But on this second time, I didn't have any music at all. We were having just a gathering in my backyard. We got a pool.
Just a minute, if you, I got it. Just what date is this?
This occurred on August 3rd.
Did you hear the music?
Yes.
Because frankly, I tell you the truth, I didn't. I heard the yelling. And
So there's yelling and screaming, and then if you hear the consistent beat underneath it, there's dun 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 dun.
Let me hear it again if I can. Please.
You play it?
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Anything else you want
August
to say?
3rd is a Sunday.
Okay. Anything else you want to say?
August 3rd was a Sunday. I'm sorry.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I mean, what I can tell you, I have kids. I have 18-year-old daughter. We got a bounce house in the backyard. They were having fun on the pool. It's just
It's
like...
2:30 in the morning. Okay. I'm going to impose the fine. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. What do you say? I'm sorry?
I imposed the fine.
You post the fine?
I did, yes.
What that means?
It means there's two fines of $500 apiece.
So I need to pay the fine?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Next case, page 42. Inspector Matthew Flesher, Edward Eason presenting. Case number CE 250-40645. Case address 3767 Southwest 17th Street. Owner Ryan Keith Ouellette. First heard 8/12/25 to comply by 9/9/25. One section not complied at $50 per day. $1,750 has accrued. The city is requesting full amount and fines continues to accrue.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
State your name for the record, please.
Ryan Ouellette.
Okay.
Good morning, Edward Easton, City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 2504-0645 for the property located at 3767 Southwest 17th Street. The case was last heard on August 12, 2025, where they were granted until September 9, 2025 to comply. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on October 7, 2025, and violation 47-21.15.A remained. A notice of hearing was posted to the property on 9/29/25. The city is seeking full imposition of fines, which continue to accrue. The city is not opposed to a 36-day extension.
Yes, sir.
The grass, all that grass there was replaced by FPL when they dug it all up. The swale where I replaced everything.
Wait a minute, just, I'm sorry. I think what we're talking about here is just the gumbo limbo, right?
Yes.
The gumbo limbo is the remaining issue.
Tree removal permit?
Oh, yeah, I need time to come up with.
They're talking about 36 days.
To pay for the tree fund?
To get it complied, which
Okay.
would be what? Does it have to be removed, or is it already gone?
To complete the permit process.
I think all I have to do is put the money in the fund, right? Or do I have to do the permit too?
Well, I'll let you, just a second. I mean, you can talk about how it's done. I'm just curious, is the tree gone? The tree's gone.
Yes, tree's gone.
Okay, so you're going to have to get a tree removal permit for that, and then either replace it or mitigate it. And I guess you guys can talk about which of those two you're going to do.
Right, I can talk to you after.
Right, okay. So I'll give you the
exactly.
additional 36 days.
All right, and is there any way I can go figure out what we can do about the fines? I missed
Well,
the last hearing.
I'm going to
with
stay the fine during that 36 days, but there's a fine right now that's already in place.
Okay, there's no way to fight that?
Well, I'm not going to deal with it today.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. Okay. What page?
Do I?
I guess you have another case, they tell me.
I guess.
Next case, page 45. Inspector Matthew Flesher, Edward Eason presenting. Case number CE 250-20514. Case address 3767 Southwest 17th Street. Owner Ryan Keith Olet. First heard 6/10/25 to comply by 6/25/25 and 7/8/25. Suspended 7/8/25 through 8/12/25. One section not complied at $50 per day, with a total of $3,150. City's requesting the full amount, and fines continues to accrue.
The same property, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good morning, Edward
I'm
Easton.
sorry, you have to state your name again for a different case.
Ryan Olet.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Good morning, Edward Easton, City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case CE 2502-0514 for the property located at 3767 Southwest 17th Street. The case was last heard on July 8, 2025, and was granted a 35-day extension. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on October 7, 2025, and violation 9-305B remained. A notice of hearing is posted to the property on 9/29/25. The city is seeking full imposition of fines, which continue to accrue. The city is not opposed to an extension of 36 days.
36 days?
Yeah, whenever FP&L can get out there and fix that. They fixed the east side for some reason, but not the west side. So I don't know how much I gotta call these guys and complain to them to
Is
get.
it the swale area?
Yes,
Is it areas beyond the swale?
right there. That's what he's
Okay,
complaining
let me
about.
just hear from the code officer.
I'm reading it in for the area code officer. It's not here,
Okay.
but it looks like the swale area.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's behind the
All
trash
right.
can there.
All right, 36 days, I'll stay the fine during that period of time.
Okay.
Do you want an order to reappear? On either of
I
those
don't-
two cases?
No.
No, okay, all right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 16, Inspector Paulette Del Grosso. Case number CE 250-80243. Case address 96 Hendricks Isle. Owner Colo 23 LLC. Posted at property 10125. Posted at 1 East Broward 10125.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Could you state your name for the record, please?
Adam Levy,
Okay, are you the owner?
property manager.
Property manager, thank you.
Good morning, Inspector Del Grosso for the City of Fort Lauderdale. The case and address are as read. This matter was first inspected on August 9th by Officer Aleda Mesa and cited for the following violations. 9-305B is now complied. 9-308B, there's debris, trash, and another element that's not permanent to the roof. The roof and soffits are dirty. 9-306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. 18-12A is complied. 9-304B, the driveway is not being maintained or well graded. An inspection report was posted as well as mailed to the owner of record. To date, a plan set was submitted to the city and is awaiting approval to begin demolition of the two buildings. Therefore, the city requests 36 days or $100 per day for each remaining violation.
There's a plan in to demolish the two buildings?
That's
Yes, sir.
correct.
We already did the asbestos, we already did the plumbing, we're literally just waiting for the demolition permit. And you could see in the pictures that there's a tractor already waiting.
When do you envision that the building would come down?
We're hoping next week. I mean, like, the tractor is already there waiting, and we
Okay.
already completed all
Can
the...
you comply this in 36 days?
I hope so, as long as the city, does what they need to do.
Okay. You want to do an order to reappear or not?
Yes, Your Honor, because, the
case.
plan set was just submitted yesterday.
Yeah. All right, we'll give you 36 days to come into compliance, which would be on November 19th. There'll be an order to reappear, assuming you don't comply and the code officer's in agreement with you on that. Or a fine, what was the recommended fine amount?
$100 per day for each of the three remaining
$100
violations.
a day per violation.
And that's after the 36 days.
That's after 36 days.
Okay.
Okay, good
Thank
luck to
you.
you.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 10, Inspector Paulette Del Grosso, case number CE 25050629, case address 225 South Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard, owner L&A Beach Holdings LLC, posted at property 10125, posted at 1 East Broward 10125.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
Certainly. Good morning, Your Honor. Courtney Crush on behalf of the property owner.
Paulette Del Grosso for the City of Fort Lauderdale. The case and address is read. This matter was first inspected on May 25th and cited for the following violations. 25-4, there are A-frame signs obstructing the sidewalk at this location. This is a recurrence of another case, and as such, it would be scheduled to be heard whether it came into compliance or not. Violation 47229, there are signs on this property that do not have a permit, and this also is a recurrence of another case. Violation 25-56B3, the sidewalks at this location are dirty and heavily soiled with debris. An inspection report was posted as well as mailed to the owner of record. To date, while the A-frame sign has been removed, it is a recurring violation with no permit applied for an A-frame sign. Therefore, the city requests a finding of fact for violations 25-4 and 47229, and 10 days or $100 per day for violation 2556B3.
Is 4722 in compliance?
They are, Your Honor. The signs have not been placed back out, obstructing the sidewalk, or they're not visible.
Well, just bear with me. 25-4 is the A-frame signs,
Correct.
Right? 4722, is that the A-frame signs as well, or is there something else there?
It's for not having a permit.
Okay, all right.
Right.
For that sign?
Correct.
Okay, all right, so I got it. What you're looking for is finding the fact that they occurred.
Right.
Which I'll do. I'll find that they occurred.
Understood,
I think
sir.
we've been here before down this road, haven't we?
I represent the entire block. There are many.
Are they all doing it? I mean,
I believe
it seems like it's a little bit deja vu, this case.
It is, and so we pulled the signs in. The directive was given from the property owner to his tenants to pull the signs in, and we have done that.
Okay.
There was apparent, if you don't mind, sir,
Yes,
there was
I'm sorry.
apparently confusion. There was a pending 2022 A-frame sign permit for this specific property. We tried to get it reopened up. It turned out that, and called for an inspection because it had been approved. That was for the prior tenant. The city's new-ish policy is to seek a permit for each individual tenant. So it's not the location of the sign. It's you need to put your specific content.
All right, I think what you're telling me is the prior tenant had approval, but the new tenant does not yet have approval, right?
I believe that's the case. I believe, Supervisor, that the permit just needed a final inspection. I apologize, sir, that they had applied for a permit.
Okay, I haven't seen a current permit on file, but
Correct.
Okay, so this is from the 2022 permit you're
Correct.
referring to?
Correct.
Okay.
But you just told me that the new tenant needs a new one, right?
It needs a new one, understood, and is not going to put any signs out until they have a
All
permit
right,
issued.
here's the, I'm gonna make the finding of fact.
Sir, yes, sir.
And then what was the recommended time for the last one?
10 days or $100 a day
or 10
for the
days or $100,
sidewalk
fine.
violation, which may be in compliance now, but I'll just
They
have
can
to.
confirm that.
Yeah, they did do a cleaning on the entire block, and I think we're ready for inspection,
Okay.
understanding people keep chewing gum and dropping
Sure.
it.
When do you think they did that?
A
The
long time
cleaning.
ago. I have correspondence, I think, with the supervisor and pictures on the maintenance and the sidewalk.
Oh, the sidewalk, Mr. Lugo, is that his name? Jesus Lugo, I believe.
I apologize.
From Senior Frogs.
It's okay.
He's-
It's all right.
he
I'm sorry.
indicated that-
I'll just let
okay.
it go.
I believe it was it was within a couple weeks
Right,
of the
recently.
August 12th hearing.
Okay.
Oh.
They have, 10 days, they have to confirm it. They'll go out and
that's
confirm it.
Practically, Your Honor, could we have like 14 days issuing a permit from the, well, we'll remain in compliance because we're not going to put signs out, but I won't have
Which one are you asking 14 days on?
on the signs.
The other ones, the signs are in compliance, right?
Correct.
And then, so 10
So you
days
don't-
to re-inspect for maintenance?
Yes.
Okay.
For the sidewalk.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Next case, page 5, Inspector Robert Kroc, case number CE 250305516, case address 4040 Gulf Ocean Drive, owner Ocean Manor Condo Association, personal service 10125, posted at 1 East Broward 10125.
Good morning, folks. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Ken Leb.
Okay.
Charles Posado, Secretary of the Condominium Association.
Okay, and your relationship to the respondent is what?
I am a contractor that does work for the building.
Okay. Thank you.
Inspector Robert Crock, presenting on behalf of the city. Case number and case address as read. This property was first inspected on 03/19/2025 with the following violations observed. Violation 17-7.6. There is sound coming from this heating, ventilation, air conditioning, HVAC equipment on this RMH60 residential multifamily high-rise, high-density property in excess of allowable limits. The latest readings, which were taken on 5/9/2025, were read over 40 dBA after 10 p.m. of 51, 52, and 52.
We're in the process of sourcing materials to slow the fan motor blades down to reduce the sound. We expect to have those parts installed and tested and working in the next 90 days. And then we'll call for a re-inspection of the sound. If that doesn't solve the problem, then we're going to have to either extend there's chutes over the top of the towers, extend those to see if that'll then reduce the sound. If not, then we're going to have to permit a wall to be built. So on our first phase is to reduce the speed of the motors.
No,
We're
I got
looking for
that.
90 days too.
The city is requesting 36 days to have this fixed.
Yeah.
No, it's going to take us a little longer
When
than
did
30
the
days
case
too.
start?
The case started back in March 19th. The last time we inspected was on 5/9. I've been trying to contact the complainant to do another inspection. And haven't been able to get a hold of them. So I just got more information on different contact information for them. So I'm going to try again this upcoming weekend.
We have taken some other steps too. We've also put some sound deadening in.
They have lowered it. The original inspection had them at 70. It's now down to 50.
Here's what I'm not real comfortable with this time frame that you're talking about, 90 days, and if that doesn't work, we're going to put a wall. I mean, you're stretching this thing out. This could go forever. So I'm not real comfortable with that. But on the other hand, so they're saying 90, you're saying 36.
That's what we're offering is currently 36 days.
Special magistrate.
Yeah.
Special magistrate. We can do 30.
Yes.
We can do 36 days with an order to reappear so they can give.
Okay, let's
they
do
can give
that.
us a status.
Okay, let's do that. I'm going to find that the violation exists. Nobody seems to be disputing that. I'll give you 36 days to come into compliance, which is November 19th. There'll be an order to reappear. We can see where we're at then. Just a minute, or a fine of $100 a day.
Correct.
Okay, yes, sir.
Part of the problem of the timing is the specialty electronics that we need. We've contacted the company, and they have to, it's something special, I don't know, what they have to make to put it in.
It started in March, though. It started in March.
But we haven't had retested to make sure that
Okay.
we're still open.
I'm sympathetic somewhat, but it's March, okay? So they're saying 36 days, that seems reasonable. I mean, if it was the first time you were here, I'd be more open to grant additional time, but it's not. All right, thank you, folks.
What was that date? I'm sorry? To repair.
November 19th.
November 19th, thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 47, Inspector Jessica Martinez, case number CE 2412051, case address 700 Northwest 4th Avenue, owner Irma J. Ferguson. First heard 5/13/25 to comply by 7/8/25, suspended 7/8/25 through 10/14/25. 3 sections not complied at $50 per day. Fines start 10/15/25, and this is an order to reappear.
Good morning.
Good morning.
State your name for the record, please.
Leodonis Ferguson, executor of the estate of Irma J. Ferguson.
Okay.
Good morning. Inspector Martinez with the City of Fort Lauderdale Code Compliance presenting case CE 2412-0511, address 700 Northwest 4th Avenue. This case was last heard at the July 8th, 2025 Special Magistrate hearing where the magistrate granted a 98-day extension with an order to reappear. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on October 12th, 2025, and the property remains in violation as depicted in the photos. At this time, the city is requesting the full imposition of fines, which continue to accrue until compliance is met.
Okay, there's no fines yet. The fines are looking to start, I guess, today.
Hi, I'll read my statement for the record. Dear Honorable Special Magistrate, I'm writing to respectfully request a continued extension regarding the code enforcement violations at the property located at 700 Northwest 4th Avenue. I'm pleased to inform you that we have successfully navigated the creditor's period of probate, allowing us to address any outstanding debts as the estate moves forward in the probate process. We are making swift progress and have maintained open communication with Officer Martinez during the process. Our family remains committed to resolving all outstanding issues and have been actively working with the resources available to us. The estate is still navigating proceedings in another county, which has limited our ability to expedite the process. Nonetheless, we are dedicated to correcting the violations and have been taking several steps in this direction. Just a reminder, we also own the adjacent property, which remains free of any code violations, demonstrating our commitment to maintaining our properties and contributing positively to the community. Given these circumstances, I respectfully request that you grant the maximum extension or through probate and issue a stay of fines until legal transfer of ownership is completed. Once the property is legally transferred, we will be better positioned to allocate necessary resources to fully address and correct all violations. As the personal representative of my mother's estate, I take this responsibility seriously and will continue to work diligently to compliance. Thank you for understanding and your support during these challenging times. Leodonis.
Special Magistrate,
Yes.
we will give 91 days and a stay of fines.
Okay. I'll grant the extension 91 days, which would be January 13th, 2026, and I'll stay the fines during that
In
period
order
of
to
time.
reappear.
And in order to reappear.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 46, Inspector Wanda Aquavelo, case number CE 250701118, case address 314 Isle of Capri Drive, owner 314 Isle of Capri LLC, and this is to vacate the order of 8/12/25 and rehear.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. What's wrong with me? Good
Almost-
morning. How are
almost,
you?
I wish.
State your name for the record, please.
Sure. Ari Pragan with the Pragan firm.
Okay.
Good morning, Wanda Aquavella for the city. Case and address is read. This property was initially inspected on July 3rd, 2025, and the following violations were observed. 15-282D1C, there are 5 violations of the city ordinance which constitute a request for a 395-day suspension of the vacation rental certificate. The following violations were from case CE 250500637, amplified sound, non-amplified sound, parking, occupancy, and responsible party not responding. The city is requesting the full 395-day suspension of the vacation rental certificate.
Why am I vacating the order?
Well, this is
Well,
a
no,
hear-
let me staff. It says I'm vacating the order. Okay, are you asking me to vacate the order of August 12th? I guess you are, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll vacate that order, and we'll rehear it. Yes.
Sure, if I may. So I think first I'm going to address each of the violations in turn, but I think there's sort of an overarching thing, which is the imposition of a 395-day.
Before we go there, though,
Yes.
these are all separate cases, right?
No, sir. They're all one case.
But I mean, there's 5 violations.
Yes, sir.
That's already been heard, right?
Yes, sir. That's already
All right,
been
so
found.
I'm not going to readdress the violations that have been heard. There was an appeal process I'm not going to reopen those cases.
So what we're here today on is a motion to vacate and rehear, and now.
Well, we vacated. I vacated it.
Right, and so now we're here, I would think, for the rehearing where I can actually address the violations because there wasn't proper notice in the first place, and that's why I'm here now.
Okay.
And so.
And the city's just going to have an objection to that because, as Your Honor said, clearly there's the ability to appeal any.
But you
order
just
of the
asked me to
magistrate.
vacate the order. I just vacated that order, though.
Correct, but there's, because again, as I understand it, the issue was that there wasn't enough notice. Now that there is sufficient notice and the property owner's representative is here, the code is very clear and specific in terms of the remedy once there are.
But here's the deal. If there had been an order that I didn't just vacate, then I would find that issue has been heard and I wasn't going to go back and readdress it. But you asked me because of issues of notice, I guess, to vacate that finding.
Notice for this hearing, not for notice with regard to.
The prior hearing?
Correct.
When was the prior hearing? No, not the one that made, there's 5 potential violations here, right? When was that heard?
Magistrate,
Yeah.
can I just provide maybe just a little bit of clarity? I'm over here. Amy Brown, Code Compliance Supervisor. I'm not sure if this is where the confusion is, but maybe it is. So the order that was vacated was in reference to the suspension case. Once a vacation rental property receives a certain amount of violations, we open up a case to suspend their vacation rental certificate.
So what in August 12th, was that an order that had recognized the prior violations and or
So
was it a
no,
hearing?
that was just for the suspension case, which we are here rehearing right now.
But again, here's, if you get 5 violations, the code provides for the suspension of the vacation rental. On August 12th, was that a presentation to suspend the certificate for vacation rental because of prior violations that had been heard at prior hearings?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And the suspension was based on a finding of fact of 5 violations, which is the order that I'm seeking to vacate. The right to appeal.
Wait a minute. Here's the deal. What was heard, I would assume, on August 12th was, the city was saying there's 5 prior violations. 5 prior violations, right? Let me just finish.
Yeah.
Okay, and they said, because of that, we're asking you, Mr. Magistrate, to suspend their vacation rental for 365 days.
Yeah.
Correct.
There apparently was some objection about notice, so we're reopening the August hearing about the suspension. But I'm not going to go back and relitigate the 5 separate violations. That's done, and they could have been appealed.
But the findings that were made concerning the violations were done on that day. My client was here. It was the prior violations, meaning they occurred prior in time, and we had that was the hearing.
I'm going to ask
And
again.
so-
Was there before the magistrate, me or someone else, 5 separate violations that were heard and imposed a fine?
No, there was
Or
not.
was I hearing those 5 violations on August 12th?
Oh.
And I
He
can
paid
just
the
put on the
fines.
record, there's been one hearing.
Wait a minute.
So what, Your Honor, what we do typically, and with regard to the underlying violations, the city does not bring forward suspensions until the appeal period has run, because obviously a property owner has that right.
Did you say that he paid the fines?
So
Did he pay 5 separate fines for 5 separate violations?
Yes, so with the fines being paid, that,
Right.
just like a traffic ticket, that is an admission of guilt.
Those cases.
But they've never been litigated in the first place.
They paid the fine.
No, he emailed a notice of, this was before I got involved, a notice of contest of the underlying violations, because there aren't any. At best, there's one.
But he paid them. He paid the fine, which is an admission that the violations exist.
Well, no, not in the administrative realm that we're in. It's not like in criminal court, circuit court, or a traffic court even, where it might be deemed an admission
He
of
paid the
of guilt.
violation. He paid the fine.
but
Did he come and contest the hearing?
He tried to. He
No,
was here
not
at the
August 12th. Not August 12th. The prior dates.
There was no other hearing. There was
Because
no
you
other
paid
hearing.
the fine. Look, let me tell you what I think may be going on here, and I understand your position. Your client paid the fine and didn't appear here to contest those 5 violations, okay? And you want to contest them now, but I think that's run. The appeal period has run. He may have not understood the process, but that still doesn't change the fact that I'm not going to go back and reopen something that's already been heard in the appeal process. He had an opportunity to either not pay the fine and come and contest it, or take it to the courts. And I know what you're doing, what you want to do, and I understand that. But I don't think I can do what you're asking.
But the issue was notice. He was put on he was
For the hearing to suspend the violation.
No, there was
to
a note.
No, it was to suspend the rental license. That's what the notice was.
That was the August 12th hearing.
Right.
He lives out of state, and despite the notice of hearing being printed in, I think it was July 11th or 12th, he didn't receive it in the mail until
the notice
two
of hearing
days
for
before the
August
hearing.
12th, right?
He didn't get it until 2 days
which
before the
again,
hearing.
Which is why we're rehearing it today as a courtesy.
Right, I get that. But what I'm not, if you're going to try to convince me that the 5 prior violations didn't exist, they did. Because your client didn't contest it, he didn't appeal it, and he paid the fine. Okay?
He did contest, and it's of record in the public records
He
that
paid the fine,
emailed.
and he never made an appearance to contest it.
The property manager apparently paid fines after the notice of contest of the violations was made of record and emailed to the city. So I just want that to be clear. And I listen. I understand what you're saying, but if you've already vacated the order imposing the 395-day suspension,
right?
Those are inextricably.
I'm willing to listen to your argument about that suspension, but not to revisit the 5 violations.
Okay, I mean, I'm not going to argue with you about it. If you're not willing to hear it, then I can't argue it. But what I will say is that, the imposition of a suspension, it's not a mandatory thing. I mean, the code specifically says that you can impose civil penalties, right, for violations like these. I won't get into them, but they were things that are transient in nature, automatic civil penalty. The city can go a step further and impose suspensions. And it varies, but if it's 3 violations, 180 days, 4 violations, 5 violations, and everything, I think everything after 4 is an extra 35 days, I believe. But it's not mandatory. And I think under the circumstances here, where this is quite frankly, an income-producing property for my client, this is the first time there has ever been any issue whatsoever at the property. It's hard for me not to get into these underlying violations, but this is a first time alleged offense. And I understand that there were multiple violations alleged, but it was all the same occurrence, same day. I don't think that, frankly, that it's appropriate under these kinds of circumstances where we have someone who has never had any issue in the city of Fort Lauderdale whatsoever, or anywhere for that matter, to impose such a drastic draconian suspension.
I'm not stopping you, I'm just interrupting you for
Yeah.
a second. Did the 5 violations occur on a single date? Do we know?
Yes, I believe they did.
Okay. Had there been prior violations before that?
They have one violation now. I'm not handling the case. The area inspector is handling it for a boat out back that they're putting people on. Amy, what's that called?
They've accused him of
But
improperly running
magistrate,
a charter business.
sorry, attorney, magistrate, to answer your question, all 5 of those did occur in the same day, yes.
They did, okay. And no prior, I know they're talking about the separate, but there's no prior violations before then?
Prior violations, I can do a history check right now and check for
Could
you.
you take a look? Yeah.
And I'll clarify that to say no prior violations within my client's ownership of the property.
When did he take over?
When did you buy the property? 2023.
When in 2023, do you know? When in 20?
September 2020, September 5th, 2023.
So he has the latitude to make it for less.
So, under 15282D1C, Section 15282 is offenses and revocation. The suspension timeframes, again, under D1C. So upon a third violation of this article, which is A, the vacation rental certificate shall be suspended for a period of 180 calendar days. Subsection B, upon a fourth violation of this article, the vacation rental certificate shall be suspended for a period of 365 calendar days. C, for each additional violation of this article, the vacation rental certificate shall be suspended for an additional 30 calendar days up to a maximum period of 12 months. For example, the 5th violation, which is like here, shall be suspended for 395 calendar days. And then it says the 6th violation.
And respectfully, what she's not reading is the portion right before that. Once you get into the threshold of we're going to suspend, then there's a framework of 3, 4, 5 violations. But the sentences before that read that the magistrate may impose a suspension, may. And then once you have decided you're going to, then we're talking about the time frame. But you don't have to do that. It's completely discretionary. It's not mandatory. After you impose a civil penalty, which my client will take care of and pay,
He already paid.
that
Yeah,
you
he
impose
already
a
paid
fine.
It doesn't make any sense to me. How could you have a section prior that makes it discretionary and then the language down below says it's mandatory?
So Section D says suspension of vacation rental certificate of compliance in addition to any fines or any other remedies described herein or provided by law, a special magistrate may suspend a vacation rental certificate of compliance in accordance with the following. So, again,
Why does the code say that it's discretionary in that first section? And
I believe it says may because the suspensions only kick in upon a third violation and subsequent. So if there's an initial,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm listening. I'm not.
Yeah, if there's a 1 or 2 violations, there are civil penalties, but once you get to the third, that's when it kicks in, and then the mandatory suspensions follow.
That's not what the code reads. It doesn't say civil
Just a minute.
penalty.
Just let me.
I'm sorry.
Give me a
I'm sorry.
second. know why it says may, it should say shall. You have to read them together. Statutory law construction says that if you've got language that seems inconsistent on its face, you got to read them in a way that makes some sense. It clearly says shall in 3 of the sections. So it may say may, but I think the inference there is that they're giving the magistrate the power to do it. And once the power to do it has been granted by the code, it provides what happens when there's a certain number of violations. And that's mandatory. Go ahead.
All I'm saying is that and I understand that there's a little bit of an odd way that it's.
I got to read them together to make sense.
Right. And I think you do have to read them together, and I'm reading them together too. And my position is that, it's not, obviously the civil penalties were imposed. If the magistrate finds that the nature, the circumstances, the gravity of the underlying offenses are so great that a further penalty should be imposed, meaning a suspension of a license, then yes, you have the power to do that. And that authority to do that will only kick in at the 3rd offense, and here's the framework within which you should. It's like
it could mean that they view 5 violations as sufficiently. I think what you're saying to me, if they're potentially gray violations, you can suspend. But I think that maybe the inference is that the number itself creates the seriousness. That there is, if you have 1 violation, but when you reach the point that you have 3, I think the code's saying that's a sufficient. Not necessarily looking at the gravity of the violations themselves, but their number creates the seriousness.
And that's why I was simply saying these are all. I understand that you don't want me to argue the underlying.
No. I have to tell you, I also think the inference might be that it occurred on different occasions to create a pattern.
A pattern. This is a first-time offense, and I know this is not a court of equity, of fairness, but it's not one of equity. But the circumstances are that this is solely an income-producing. It was meant to be one for my client. At a 395-day, suspension, something so draconian, any suspension is going to, frankly, result in my client losing the property. He's got a wife that he has to take care of 24/7. This is not someone who. This is not.
I understand what you're saying. Couple things, though. Here's maybe where we disagree. I have to read the code that seems a little inconsistent. I have to read it in a way that makes some sense. I don't, we've been over the argument. I know you don't agree, but I think he's paid the fines. I think the fines, that they exist, and I'm not going to reopen that. I am a little bit concerned that they all took place at one time, because I think they're looking for a pattern in the code, and not but I have to take the language that's there. I don't have any authority. I have no authority at all. I enforce the code. Sometimes I see these people, magistrates, whatever, seem to think they have this inherent power. I have no power at all. I have to carry out what the code has the power, and I'm bound by it. So I think that all things considered, that the circumstances indicate there should be a suspension of some sort. But I'm going to mitigate the time. And I'm going to suspend it for 90 days. But I want you to understand that if this comes back, and I'm here, then I'm not going to hesitate to suspend for however length of time the code provides. Okay? I'm trying to do the best, the thing that makes most sense here. This may, I think the code is a little bit unclear. But if I see a pattern, you know,
Message received.
okay? All right.
Your Honor, when does the suspension start?
Do you have current tenants? Guests?
I would ask that it be applied, non-pro-tunc to the, that we don't start 90 days now. I mean.
When do you want it?
Well, since the date of the alleged violations.
No, it's going to go forward. It goes forward. I'm just asking, do you have to get a tenant out? That's really what, I can delay it to give you a chance to make it ready, or I can impose it today.
Magistrate?
Yeah.
For suspensions, the code states that the suspension shall begin immediately following notice, either at the end of, if you have a tenant, then we'll start it at the end, or within 30 days, whichever begins first.
Okay, thank you. So what do you want to do?
So 30 days.
Okay. All right, thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Also, please make sure that the advertisements reflect that you're not renting out the advertisements.
He has another case?
No, that's her name.
Oh.
Our next case, page 28. Page 28, Inspector Robert Kroc. Case number CE 250804662. Case address 1416 Northeast 56th Street. Owner Cameron Festori. First cited 8/17/25 to comply by 8/17/25. Two sections complied at $250 per day with a fine of $500. Appeal deadline 9/1/25. Cities requesting the full amount. Citation appeal received.
State your name for the record, please.
Sure. Ari Pragan from the Pragan firm for Mr. Festori.
Inspector Robert Kroc presenting on behalf of the city. Case number and case address as read. This property was first inspected on 8/16/2025. The following violations observed. Violation 15-275. The responsible party failed to respond to the property within 1 hour of being notified of vacation rental by a vacation rental occupant, law enforcement officer, emergency personnel, or city. I called the responsible party at 11:43 p.m. The responsible party failed to arrive by 12:43 a.m. This violation is transient in nature and thus resulting in immediate fine. Violation 15-278. There's a Chapter 15, Article 10, vacation rental standards parking violation occurring at this property. There are approximately 20 vehicles parked on this property, including the front yard, swale area, obstructing the sidewalk, and adjacent properties and swale areas. This violation is transient in nature and thus resulting in an immediate fine of $250. Maximum occupancy of this property is being exceeded. This vacation rental has 3 bedrooms, so there shall be no more than a maximum of 9 persons allowed to gather at the property. There are approximately 20 vehicles that parked at the property, including the front yard, swale, obstructing the sidewalk, property, swale area. This violation is transient in nature and thus resulting in immediate fine of $250.
I thought that was withdrawn. That should be withdrawn.
Okay. Oh, it is withdrawn. That is withdrawn.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're here about.
We have to look at the.
This is for the parking, I would assume, right?
Yeah.
Well, that was withdrawn.
No, I think.
No, the
no.
occupancy was withdrawn. The parking was not.
Oh, I see.
The occupancy was withdrawn.
Maximum occupancy withdrawn. Okay.
Were you out there that night?
No, this was Senior Officer Fitzgerald Simmons. He's no longer with the city.
Right. Yes,
No,
sir.
but this is just for the vehicles. There's no noise violation there.
Right. Well, and the fact that someone failed to arrive within an hour.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Sure. Let me address the failure to have a responsible party respond. This is a scenario where my client had a property management company, there are thousands of them, who was supposed to be on duty, on call, respond within 1 hour. That company wasn't apparently doing its job. But what also happened is that the moment that, I know it wasn't this fellow that was there that night, it was Fitzgerald Simmons, I think. The moment that the neighbor saw that there was a code inspector at the door, called my client, who lives in Arizona, or he's currently there, he serves in the military, he's there at the moment. I said, hey, look, there's someone there about something going on. He immediately called to the sheriff's office for Fort Lauderdale and said, hey, look, please respond, remove these people. He couldn't do it himself. And I understand that the allegation is that no one appeared by 12:43, but we don't have the testimony of the officer here today to say, well, I stayed there until 12:43 or anything of that nature. So I don't know that the evidence even really shows that the sheriff's office didn't appear before 12:43. My client says that they did. So that's my issue there. On the issue of
Hold on, let me just respond to that.
Yeah.
So first of all, I don't know why he called BSO, because it's City of Fort Lauderdale. So the code requires the responsible party, which is not the police, not law enforcement.
Right.
Law enforcement has no obligation to respond within an hour under this city code provision. They may have other obligations to respond to.
The police arriving doesn't meet the code. So.
Correct. There's a responsible person, party, as you've indicated, a property management company typically, or the property owner, him or herself. And under the code, that's clear that that they have to be available to address and coordinate solutions to problems, and be close enough to respond within 1 hour of being notified by either the occupant, law enforcement, emergency personnel, or the city.
Agreed.
And can I just point, so I have Cheryl Simmons' narrative here. So this is what he wrote. At this time, I called Peter, the RP, via phone to no avail, so I left a voice message. The RP failed to return my phone call or arrive on scene within 1 hour of being contacted. So he was obviously knows that no one showed up to the property.
Well, disagree. We don't have.
You yourself said that the property management wasn't responsive, right?
That's true, but if someone, my argument is that if someone appears within the 1 hour, my client can designate anybody. I mean, it may have been the property.
No, not the police. You can't designate the police.
It's designated on the rental license is who the responsible party is. That's the individual that has to respond.
And the 20 vehicles?
So I'll address the vehicles. I think the problem here is that the maximum occupancy violation has been withdrawn, meaning there is no citation, allegation, or charge that there are more people than there should be within the property.
True.
So without that, I don't think that you can automatically look at, and the video is quite unclear. It's from across the street as if it's a 50-foot noise violation or something video. I don't think that you can clearly, you cannot clearly say this vehicle parked in the swale or on a neighboring property belongs to my client's property. I just don't think you can say it. And on top of that, what the code says is that, if we're talking about my client's property, is that 15278, I think it's section 1E or 1D, says that all vehicles must be parked within the driveway for the property. Section 10 says basically the same thing, on the driveway. Or comply with local code. The only other local code that deals with parking is Chapter 26 of the Local Code of Ordinances, and it's parking and roadway regulations for the entire city. And there is no prohibition against parking in the swale unless the swale is in a swale-restricted area. So certain neighborhoods will, even if they're zoned RS8 residential, will have swale-restricted areas. You can't park in the swales. It's usually to deal with drainage, and if there's sufficient grass, they want it to, absorb the water and not have flooding issues. And there will be signs that this is a swale-restricted area. That doesn't exist here, so there's no prohibition against parking in the swale, either under 15278 or Chapter 26 of the local code. But that's all if we were to even get past the plain fact that since maximum occupancy is gone, you can't now say...
I don't see that argument at all. It's irrelevant what the occupancy is. If the cars are there and there's more than a given number, then it's beside the point that you've demonstrated how many people were in the house. Do you want to respond to the issue about whether the code prohibits this
Special
or not?
Magistrate, just for clarity, the code says that all vehicles associated with the vacation rental must be parked within a driveway located on the subject property and in compliance with this code. It doesn't say or in compliance with another code. It says and in compliance with this code. So if the driveway can only fit one vehicle, any other vehicles that are parked on the swale, in the road, on the neighboring property is in
Because
violation.
of the fact that it's a vacation rental.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you have to establish by competent and substantial evidence that those vehicles are associated and visiting this particular property, and there's been no showing of that.
How would a code officer do that?
Well, I don't write
No,
the
but tell
code.
me. I'm curious. No, just a minute. I mean, look, the standard is competent and substantial evidence. But realistically, do you expect that the code requires that the code officer go out and determine that each vehicle is at the party?
I think the prudent thing to do I think they wear body cams. They take video footage. It's pretty good video footage. They should go up to the front door and say, hey, who's here? Who do these vehicles belong to? Because if there's a vehicle in a neighboring property, that's the neighbor's vehicle. It's not my client's.
Okay. Well, I'm going to find that both violations exist. The code officer isn't here, but there is the video, and the video is direct evidence. So the determination by the code officer who was there, even though it's hearsay, I think it's admissible because it supports the direct evidence that we have. So I'm going to find, and you yourself testified that the property management company was non-responsive. So I'm going to find that both violations exist, and give you a period of time to pay.
There's $250 apiece.
How much?
$250 apiece.
No, I got it. Yes. How much time do you need?
They just get a bill in the mail, Your Honor.
For the fines?
I get a bill? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next case, page 7, Inspector Gail Williams, Jessica Martinez presenting. Case number CE 250402226, case address 1040 Northwest 5th Avenue, owner BHS JMF Senior Solutions 3 LLC, posted at property.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Why do I keep saying that? Good morning. I wish it was afternoon. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Amanda McCormick.
Okay.
Good morning. Inspector Martinez presenting case CE 25040226, address 1040 Northwest 5th Avenue. This case was first inspected on April 9th, 2025, and the following violations were found. 24-7B, complied. 47-20.20H, there are parking facilities that are not maintained at this property. There is broken asphalt, dirty/stained wheel stops, and discolored parking spaces. Violation 18-12A, there is overgrowth, trash, and debris on the property and swale area. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on October 12th, 2025, and the property remains in violation. The city is requesting the following. For violation 47-2020H, 36 days for compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter. And for violation 18-12A, 10 days for compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
Yes, ma'am.
It's all complete. I don't know if you want to see the picture.
Can you pull that microphone down? I think it needs it. There you go.
Everything's complete. I don't know if you want to see the photo.
Okay. What they need to go out and confirm it. Okay, so they're given 36 days for the first violation, which is the trash, and 10 days for the overgrowth. So you'll have an opportunity to get out there within 10 days, right?
I'll let the inspector know.
Okay. All right, I'm going to find that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 36 days, which is November 19th, to come into compliance or a fine of $100 a day. That's for 4720.20H. And 10 days for 1812A or $100 a day, which is October 24th. Good luck to you.
Do I need to come back?
No.
Okay.
Well, no, you do not.
Okay, thank you.
Next case, page 14, Inspector Paulette Del Grosso, case number CE 250-60647, case address 2748 Northeast 29th Court, owner 29th Court, Bright Star Home LLC, posted at property 10125, posted at 1 East Broward 10125.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can you state your name for the record, please?
Ernst Juliet.
Okay.
Good morning, Inspector Del Grosso for the city. The case and address are as read. This matter was first inspected on June 25th and cited for the following violations. 18-12A is now complied. 18-11B, the swimming pool at this unoccupied property has stagnant water, trash, and debris. A nuisance notice was posted and mailed to the owner of record. On October 12th, I met with Franz, who is present today.
Ernst, yes.
Franz, who showed me the pool, and though it's largely been drained, it remains uncovered. He said the home will be demolished this month. Today, the demolition company was granted an extension yesterday for the demo permit.
It was approved.
Oh, okay. Therefore, the city requests 10 days or $500 per day for 1811B.
He can comply by covering the pool?
Well, it still has a lot of stagnant water, so it would have to be drained and then covered.
Yes, sir.
Yes, like you said, I could comply by doing that, but as I explained to her Sunday, that the demo permit has been approved. They scheduled to be out there next Tuesday, so by next Friday, it won't be a house or a pool. So I'm like...
Is the demo going to take care of the pool? The
yes,
building I
pool,
see...
No, pool as well. Pool, they do that. They remove the pool because it'll be a new build, new construction.
So you're saying a week, a week from today?
Next Friday, there won't be nothing there.
A week from Friday?
This Friday, next Friday.
Yeah, a week from Friday.
Yeah.
Which is, how many days is that? So let's do 15 days. Can we do 15 days?
No objection. However, when you say the demo permit's been approved, it hasn't been issued from...
I got an email yesterday. It says it's issued.
So it has been issued?
Yeah.
Look, here's the deal. Hold on just a second. I'll let you guys hash that, but my thought is this. A stagnant pool is that's a serious violation, needs to be remedied.
Yeah.
So irregardless of whether you're going to do the demo or not, I was going to grant more than 15 days.
Yeah.
So it's 15 days, which would be October 29th, or a fine of $100. How many dollars?
$500
$500
a day.
All right?
Yeah.
All right, good luck to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 21, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 250-50555, case address 3617 Southwest 12th Court, owner Macedo Property Development LLC, posted at property 92525, posted at 1 East Broward 10125.
Good morning. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Good morning, João Vitor Macedo Passos.
You the owner?
Yes.
Good morning, Inspector Rachel Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case as read in. This property was first inspected on 5/21/25, and the following violations were observed. 9-308 parentheses B, there is debris, trash, or another element which is not permitted on the roof. 9-363, failure to register the residential rental dwelling within the city. The pre-application has not been submitted or is incomplete. 9-305 parentheses B, the landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and or missing ground cover. 9-306, the exterior walls have not been maintained. Structural parts, including fascia and soffits, are in disrepair, and there are areas of the exterior that have stains and or missing paint, peeling paint. 9-304 parentheses B, there are vehicles and trailers parked on the grass lawn area. There is a pickup truck with an attached RV parked in the backyard on the grass. 47-34.1.8.1. There is illegal land use occurring at this RS8 residential single-family low medium density zone property. There is an abundance of storage on the south side of the house behind the trees, consisting of but not limited to crates, wheelbarrows, tires, plastic bins, and miscellaneous items. Contact was made with the property owner regarding the cited violations. The owner was referred to Business Assistance Coordinator, Mr. Andre Cross, regarding the early start permit number BLDES 250-60011, that was applied for on 6/17/25 to address the violations at the property. As a pre-hearing inspection dated 10/9, the property remains out of compliance. The city is requesting the following. For the violations of 9-308 parentheses B, 9-305 parentheses B, and 9-306, 91 days or $100 per day thereafter, per violation. 9-363, 15 days or $100 per day thereafter. And for violations 9-304 parentheses B and 47-34.1.8.1, 10 days or $100 per day thereafter.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So basically, this property I bought late February, and since then I've been working on the plans. But a problem that I've been having with this property is trespassing. I already have over 20 calls and 5 case numbers with the police of Fort Lauderdale Department. They are helping me with the trespassing people. That's one of the reasons that I had to put the plywoods all over the place. But on Friday 10, all the plywoods in the front of the property were removed. I think the inspector were there a day before, but the plywoods were removed. And I thank you for the contact of Andre. He was able to help me with some of the process of the building. And I should have the plans, not the plans, but the final permit very soon, hopefully.
Okay. The city's looking for 15 days to register the property as a residential rental.
It's not a rental. No one is living there. It's a vacant property. That's people trespassing there. That's not rental. That's why I have over 20 calls. Yes.
Yes, the property was initially a rental property. So therefore, I mean, it's under the name of his company, and I don't think you're fixing it up to rent it out. So.
No, it's not.
No, you're not?
No, I'm going to live there.
You're going to live there,
Yes.
okay. That's fine.
Not going to be a rental.
So wait a minute. So what do I do with this violation?
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
Good morning, Supervisor Kaloyan with the city. Hi, good morning. We can withdraw that violation.
Okay. All right, we'll withdraw that one. Okay, then they're looking for 10 days for the vehicles and the trailers and 10 days for the storage on the outside. You can do that in 10 days?
Yes, the cars were removed, but I don't have storage. I have the trash cans, the regular trash cans from the city. I don't have any.
Crates, wheels, barrels, tires, plastic bins, and miscellaneous items.
No, this may be from months ago.
That was the picture you're looking at. Sorry. My pre-hearing inspection, there is still outside storage around the property.
Okay, so I'm going to find
That's roofing. That's roofing materials. They're going to be used through the roof. But I can remove it. If it has to be moved, I can move it.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so for 9-308B, 91 days or $100 a day. 9363 has been withdrawn. 9305B, 91 days or $100 a day. 9306, I didn't get a date on that. How long is that?
The same, 91 days.
306 is 91?
Yes, 9-3006 is 91.
Okay, 91 days or $100 a day. 9-304B is 10 days. 47-34-1A1 is 10 days or $100 a day for each of those. Okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you.
All right, thank you. So basically, the only thing that, in 10 days, it's the trash material.
No, 10 days is the cars and the debris.
And the debris. Okay. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thanks, sir.
Next case, page 16, Inspector Paulette Del Grosso. Case number CE 250-60412. Case address 4721 Bayview Drive. Owner Abujaludi LLC. Posted at property 10125. Posted at 1 East Broward 10125.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
Ali Busman.
Are you the owner?
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning, Inspector Del Grasso for the city. The case and address are as read. This matter was first inspected on June 18th and cited for the following violations. 18-12A, complied. 18-11B, complied. 9-304B, complied. 47-2115A, a ficus benjaminina, a weeping fig, has been removed without a permit. And violation 9-306 complied. An inspection report was posted as well as mailed to the owner of record. To date, the only remaining violation concerns the ficus tree that was removed without permit. The owner has been informed of the requirements to obtain an after-the-fact permit. Therefore, the city requests 36 days or $150 per day for violation 47-2115A1A.
Yes, sir.
So when we purchased the property, one of the first things we did was realize the tree and the damage that it was causing to the foundation of the property, as well as a hole in the roof that it caused, which was starting to cause water coming in. We did our due diligence by calling the city, spoke to someone, I don't know their exact name, in regard to the tree. We were told that invasive species with which ficus meets that requirements can be cut, particularly if it causes damage to the property on the house. We obtained a professional inspection report which had pictures and showed the cracks and literally how close the tree was to the actual house and the damage that it was causing, which is why we cut it immediately. That plus concerns from the neighbors with storms and just...
Let me just stop you
Sure.
for a second.
Absolutely.
Ficus is usually invasive, right?
No, not
No?
this particular plant.
Okay.
It was considered a Class C species, and I believe a Class F is considered invasive.
Okay. So what they'll need to do...
But we
Magistrate?
just happen to have a landscaping inspector here who can come up and clarify that for us, since he's here as a guest appearance.
Great.
Is that Mark?
This is Robert Fisk.
Oh.
Yeah, if you could just state your name and title for the record.
Robert Fisk, Landscape Plans Examiner for City of Fort Lauderdale.
All right, so this is not considered invasive, and it needs to have a tree removal permit. And
Yes, a ficus tree does need a permit to remove.
Okay, and then it would be mitigated?
Yes, with the permit, there would be mitigation assigned through mathematics of the caliber of the tree, the species, and mitigation would be assigned.
Okay. So you'll need time to do that.
Well, if I may, I was going to mention, when we called in, we were told, I was actually relayed to Mark and Kelly Schaefer of the landscape department. They gave me some insight, kind of like what they're saying, but ultimately the tree was cut due to the damage that it was causing to the property. It was unsafe, it was deemed unsafe. We have an inspection report in which I emailed to Kelly, showing her all of the specifics of how close the tree was and the damage
Still
that
would
it was
have
causing.
needed, you could have done that before the tree came down.
Well, it was, I mean, right when we took over the property.
No, you could. Look, I understand. If you could have made that presentation to the city and say, we want to take this tree down, it's causing damage to the structure and all that, but you took it down without going through the bureaucracy. So you're going to need to do that. I'm going to give you time to do that.
If I may add, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
So before cutting the tree, again, we called the city.
Yeah, I got it.
And literally we're told that if this tree is causing harm and it's harmful to the houses around and to your house, that it can be cut immediately. And that's what started all of this. I tried my due diligence. I didn't base it off the invasive species.
Well, I'm going to give you time. There'll be no fine.
Sure.
Until you work this out. So, I understand what you're saying. So I see some staff shaking their head. But anyway, the fact of the matter is after the fact, it's pretty clear that you needed a tree removal permit. I'm going to give you the time to get that and to do the mitigation. And I guess the only thing is just how much time the parties need. How much time do you need?
So am I just having to fill up the after the fact permit? Is that what I'm needing to do?
Yeah, but there'll be mitigation that's involved with it.
Yeah, once you have the permit in hand, it takes approximately, once we receive your information, it takes about a week to process to get the permit out. So that at that point, you can then call inspection or apply mitigation to the property, call in the inspector, get the permit passed, and but it's on your time frame now, getting the information to us so we can review it.
Okay, and if I may mention, Kelly just responded 2 days ago. We've been going back and forth. She told me that if I do have a letter from a Florida licensed landscaper or an arborist, if I'm not mistaken, stating that the tree was causing danger.
I'll let you deal with staff on
Okay, sure.
you know, because would that eliminate mitigation?
That's what she said.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not going to decide that today. Sure. I don't have that stuff before me, and actually it's beyond my expertise. So what I'm going to do is give you time, and you can approach staff with your argument. They'll either buy or they won't.
Sure.
And I forgot, with all my talking, I forgot how many days we came up with here.
Well, the city suggests 36 days. Would that, do you believe that would be sufficient
A month
time?
and a couple days?
Sure.
All right, so that's November 19th, or a fine of what, $100 a day?
$150 a day.
All right, so get with them and you can work it out.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 40, Inspector Guy Siderman. Case number CE 25011-001. Case address 633 Northwest 14th Terrace. Owner Chino Caesar, Sylvester McCall, and all others. First heard 7/24/25 to comply by 8/3/25 and 8/28/25. One section not complied at $50 per day with a fine of $2,350. One section complied at $50 per day with a fine of $250. Grand total $2,600. City is requesting the full amount and fines continues to accrue.
Morning, ma'am. State your name for the record, please.
Tadafidi McCall.
Thank you.
Name and case and address as read at the Special Magistrate hearing on 7/24/2025. Special Magistrate Flynn ordered 10 days to comply for violation 1812A, and for the remaining violations, 35 days to comply or $50 per day thereafter per violation. 1812A complied on 8/8/2025, being out of compliance for 5 days. The property was posted on 9/29/2025. My pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 10/6/2025, and the property remained in violation. The city is requesting a full imposition of fines, which continue to accrue, and the owner of the property is here as well.
Yes, ma'am.
They want us to put down grass. There's nothing there. But I'm going to put some more grass. I put some already. But there's nothing there. All that trash that was there, it's the people in the neighborhood. It's vacant lot.
Well, that's been complied.
Yeah, we've been deep.
How much time do you need?
We didn't do it, huh?
How much time do you need?
It's a few more days.
15
Whatever
days?
you offer.
36 days? 15 days?
Good morning, Supervisor Cloyne. We could do 36.
36 days.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to extend the time for 36 days. I'll stay the fine during that period of time. Do you want an order to reappear or not?
Yes.
Okay, order to
I
reappear.
won't be the owner, though, because we're selling it right now.
Well, I'm dealing with this morning, so
Okay.
This is what I got. So I'm going to extend the time. You know, by the way, as you well know, the statute provides that if you sell the property, you have to make the buyer aware of the potential code violations or existing code violations.
We're going to pay him. It's okay.
Okay, so 36 days is November 19th, and an order to reappear on that date. And what's the fine amount? $100 a day? Is that what it is?
It's already agreed 50.
50. Okay. All right. Good luck.
How much is it so far?
My records show $2,350.
Okay. The fines can continue as of today still?
And plus 250 for a total of, they're telling me 2,600.
2,600 right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next case, page 48, Inspector Muhammad Ayem. Case number CE 2412049, case address 817 Southwest 28th Street. Owner 5 Star Renovation and Construction LLC. First heard 6/26/25 to comply by 7/11/25 and 10/14/25. 4 sections not complied to $100 per day. Fine starts 10/15/2025, and this is an order to reappear.
Anybody here for this? Yes, sir. All right, can you come up, please? State your name for the record, please.
I'm Joseph Proudy,
What's your relationship to the owner?
owner.
You are the owner.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good morning, Mohammed Dam, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. The case was first heard on June 26, 2025 by Special Magistrate Flynn. The magistrate granted 111 days extension to comply for violations 47-20.13.1.b.c, 47-20.20.h, 9-304b, and 9-305b, or a fine of $100 per day per violation thereafter. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on October 11, 2025, and the property remains in violation. Right-of-way permit ending in 2503001 is marked as more information required since May 15, 2025. The city is requesting for fines to start to accrue.
All right, let me just understand. So the paving in the swale area needs to be addressed. The parking needs to be addressed. The parking facilities. The vehicles parked on the lawn still? Is that right?
Yes, there's some cars that parks in the lawn area.
Okay, and the landscaping. Did I hear that there was an extension granted of 100 and some days?
111 days on June 26, 2025.
Okay. Yes, sir.
First of all, I want to say good morning to you. And I do want to acknowledge that the city of Fort Lauderdale is not asking nothing that is extremely unreasonable, except for the fact that I'm going through some major hardship in my life that is hindering some of the stuff that's going on. With that to the side, so one of the things that the city was requiring for me to do is 3 duplexes. Obviously, we're talking about one at a time, was to do the approach, which obviously require a certain amount of money to be able to get that done. But as of right now, all 3 permits are in the city right now, so we are moving forward to get that done.
Do you have permits in the city for all 3 of these?
Yes.
So I paid it, and then the people that I paid to
Have
do
you
it.
guys talked about a period of time?
Yes, we have contacted us.
So what do you think? I mean, are you opposed to additional time?
No.
Okay, how much time are you open to?
So basically, he has the permit. The permit is required information from the owner since May 15th, 2025, which
Right,
is
that's an issue.
a long time ago. So
They've
the
asked for
permits are not moving.
So the permits that was there before, the person that was supposed to be working it out got missing. I couldn't get in touch with him. So I lost that money. So I went with another company, which should have, the permits should be in the city now for all of the
the
properties.
permits are there, but they've looked for, there's some issues with the permits and
No, not with the new company. He's talking about the old company that they were waiting for
No, there's
permits.
existing permits that have comments on it.
Yes.
That haven't been addressed since May. When did you hire the new company?
About a month or so ago.
Okay.
That new company.
Just a minute.
So-
Because I kind of got to move this along. Are you guys opposed to an extension of any kind?
No, we're not.
What would you be comfortable with?
91 days.
Okay. You got to take care of this.
Here's
the deal. I know you made some reference to things that are going on in your life. I don't need to know them, but I understand what you're trying to say. So they gave you 100 days. I'm going to give you 91. But that's a very long period of time to
Yes,
get.
sir.
You need to take care of this. If you have a new company, they need to find out what those comments are for the building permit that haven't been addressed in May. You got to get this thing going forward.
Your Honor, this corporate entity owns 9 properties in Broward County.
Oh,
So
okay.
just-
That's interesting. Okay. All right. So compliance date will be January 13th with an order to reappear. And the fines will be stayed during that period of time. Take care of it.
I just want to say thank you.
Yeah.
Next case, page 49, Inspector Muhammad Dayem. Case number CE 2412043, case address 880 Southwest 28th Street, owner 5 Star Renovation and Construction LLC. First heard 6/26/25 to comply by 7/11/25 and 10/14/25. 4 sections not complied at $100 per day. Fine start 10/15/2025, and this is an order to reappear.
Yes.
My name is Joseph Rowdy.
Mohammed Dam, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. The case was first heard on June 26, 2025 by Special Magistrate Flynn. The magistrate granted 111 days extension to comply for violations 9-304B, 9-305B, 47-20.13.B.1.C, and 47-20.20.H, or a fine of $100 per day per violation thereafter. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on October 11, 2025, and the property remains in violation. Right-of-way permit number ending in 2503012 is marked as awaiting client reply since May 14, 2025. The city is requesting for fines to start to accrue.
Yes.
Same thing. The new permits are in the city now. Once that's done, then the grass will be there. Once the concrete stuff is done with, so it's the same process. It's right next to the other property.
It matters to me that you own 9 properties in the city, because that shows me that you're not naive and that you know how this process works. And I'm seeing a pattern here. The last case, this is the exact set of facts. So I'm open to granting additional time. Do you guys have a recommended time that you want to go with?
Magistrate, just for clarification, Supervisor Brown, City of Fort Lauderdale, all these properties are right next to each other, so that's why it's the same exact cases. So we are not opposed to the 91 days.
91 days. I'll grant you 91 days.
Thank you.
I'll stay the fine during that period of time.
Thank you.
And an order to reappear.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
One more.
Okay.
Next case, page 50, Inspector Muhammad Dayem, case number CE 2412045, case address 890 Southwest 28th Street, owner 5 Star Renovation and Construction LLC, first heard 6/26/25 to comply by 7/11/25 and 10/14/2025. 4 sections not complied at $100 per day. Fine start 10/14/2025, and this is an order to reappear.
Joseph.
Mohammed Dam, City of Fort Lauderdale, Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. The case was first heard on June 26, 2025 by Special Magistrate Flynn. The magistrate granted 111 days extension to comply for violations 9-304B, 9-305B, 47-20.20.H, and 47-20.13.B.1.C, or a fine of $100 per day per violation thereafter. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on October 11, 2025, and the property remains in violation. Right-of-way permit number ending in 2503013 is marked as more information required since May 15, 2025. The city is requesting for fines to start to accrue.
Okay, so I think basically we're going to do the same thing, right? I mean, they're all right next to each other. I keep hearing May, so you need to get this company that you've hired to address those comments. They haven't been addressed since May. So I'm going to extend the time for 91 days, which would be January 13th, 2026. There'll be an order to reappear, and the fines will be suspended during that time. Good luck to you.
Thank you for your grace. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next case, page 52, Inspector Bovary Exantus, Pat Gavin presenting. Case number CE 250101118, case address 1530 Northwest 11th Court, owner Jet Barcelona LLC, first heard 8/28/25 to comply by 9/7/2025 and 9/25/25. 3 sections not complied at $100 per day with a fine of $5,700. 1 section complied at $100 per day with a fine of $400. Total fine $6,100, and fines continues to accrue.
Good morning.
Good morning. Just state your name for the record,
Good
please.
morning, Anna Lara. I am currently the property management
Property
company for the property.
Okay.
So we just became property management, maybe like a month ago. We
Okay. Noted.
Brought up with all these fines. Good morning. Senior Officer Pat Gavin presenting for Officer Bovary Exantus. Case and address as read. This case was first heard on August 28th, and the magistrate found in favor of the city. And this appearance is a request for an extension, and the property manager is here to speak.
Yes.
Okay, so this property, this owner has a couple properties also in Fort Lauderdale. We just started managing it because I guess the other management company was just a mess and he has like over 6 properties with fines. So I just request, please, an extension. I'm going to
How much time do you need?
30 days. I'm going to meet with the gentleman now so he could start working on the grass. I met with the inspector last week, I believe, and I already know what he needs.
You think you can do it in 36 days?
Sure.
So you opposed to 36 days?
No, not at all.
Okay, I'm going to extend the time to January 19th, 2025. I'm sorry, November 19th, 2025. Don't yell at me. And the fines will be suspended during that time. There'll be an order to reappear.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 46, Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 250209290, case address 2850 Northeast 32nd Street, owner Mill Capital LLC, first heard 5/13/25 to comply by 6/10/25, suspensions noted on the agenda, 1 section not complied at $100 per day with a fine of $6,300, 2 sections complied at $100 per day with a fine of $7,800, $14,100 has accrued, and the fines continues to accrue.
Good morning. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning. My name is Sergey Kultyshev.
Okay. Are you the owner?
Yes.
Good morning, Pat Gavin, City of Fort Lauderdale, Senior Code Compliance Officer, presenting case and address as read. This case was first heard on May 13th, 2025. The magistrate ruled in favor of the city. The property owner was ordered to correct the violations by June 10th, 2025. Violation 1812A was brought into compliance on September 4th. It was out of compliance for 38 days. Violation 47-34-1A1 was complied on September 6th and was out of compliance for 40 days. And violation 9-305B is still out of compliance. All violations incurred fines of $100 per day. This case has a total of $14,100 currently due. The city is requesting the full imposition of fines in the amount of $14,100 with fines continuing to accrue.
Yes, sir.
So we had, basically we had a construction permit, new construction permit, and we were trying to start building, but we couldn't start due to some issues with the owners. And we basically fixed all the violations, and we put the gravel on the lot and everything. The only thing we were pending is to close the permit, and as I understand, right? And our contractor said that there should be done by next Wednesday with the permit, because they had some issues with the workers' compensation insurance.
Wait a minute. This is a landscaping violation, so...
Yeah, so we are basically converting it into a parking lot. But it was a parking lot. We started to, we took the asphalt...
yeah, hold on, I'm sorry, just a minute, yes.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think what I'm hearing is that he says he's going to turn it into a parking lot, so I think he's wondering why he's going to...
Right, the problem is all that gravel that he put down is not allowed. It has to be living ground cover. If he's going to turn it into a parking lot, he has to do the permit first and then put the gravel down. But that's not what they did. So the violation is that there's no living ground cover, and they made it worse. All he has to do is get the permit.
But they applied for the permits, as far as I know. And
just a minute, just so I understand. So if he gets the permit, it's complied? Yeah. So he's talking about getting the permit next week?
But the other problem is...
The contractor told me that he already got the permits, they just need to close them.
No, they don't. Here's the problem. There are 2 properties.
Yeah.
This is 2 properties side by side. You're actually hearing the next case, too. There's 2 properties side by side. You've only applied for permits on 1 property. You never applied for the other side. And we told you
They told me they applied.
We told them this months ago.
Yeah.
So there's only the 1. You have permits from 2023 that are still sitting out there that have never been done. And now you have the permits from 2025 that haven't been done. They're still waiting for client reply.
What are you looking for in terms of compliance time?
All we want is either they can remove the gravel and put down sod.
I got it.
Or they can
get the permit.
Get the permits.
Right, but
the fines are going to continue to run until...
So what do you think? Are you looking just to impose the fine?
Well, right now, we're imposing the fines with the fines continuing, because there was a stay on it for 30 days so they could
Are
get
you
the permit.
opposed to a stay?
They just came off a stay.
I know, are you opposed to a new one?
We could do another 30 days, but I wouldn't want to do any more than that, because it's been going for quite a while.
Right. When did this start? Started in May?
It actually started a long time ago because
February.
we actually had a really good parking lot over there and it was fine. So we decided to start.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know when it started. I don't really.
February.
February?
February, sorry.
You guys opposed to 30-day extension? I mean, if you are, say so.
No, that's fine, but I'm in agreement with Senior Inspector Gavin that that's the final.
Okay. And if I'm here, remind me this discussion.
Okay.
Not
okay. All right, so I'm going to extend it for 36 days, which is November 19th, 2025. I'm not going to stay the fines. I'll stay the fines during that period of time. You want an order to reappear?
Yes, please.
Order to reappear.
Okay.
Thank you.
And
there's another one?
Yeah, the next one.
Is it the exact same case?
Yep.
Which page is that on?
Page 46, same. Page 46, Inspector Pat Gavin, case number CE 25020291, case address 2840 Northeast 32nd Street, owner Mill Capital LLC. First heard 5/13/25 to comply by 6/10/25. Suspensions noted on the agenda. One section not complied to $100 per day with a fine of $6,300. One section complied at $100 per day with a fine of $3,800. Grand total $10,100, and fines continues to accrue.
Okay, so this is two lots right next to each other, and the violation's the same on each one.
Exactly, yes.
All right, so the facts are the same, so it seems that the solution probably ought to be the same. Grant an extension for 36 days, stay the fine during that period of time, there'll be an order to reappear.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 5, Inspector Robert Kroc, case number CE 25050-642, case address 840 West State Road 84, owner El Tamarindo 84 LLC, posted at property 9/18/25, posted at 1 East Broward 10/1/25.
Good morning. I think it's
Good
still
morning.
State your name, please.
Lisa Ashmo Amaya.
Are you the owner?
I'm the owner's wife.
Owner's wife. Thank you.
Inspector Robert Koch presenting on behalf of the city. Case number and case address as read. This property was first inspected on 05/24/2025. For the following violations. Violation 18-1, there's illegal and excessive parking at this property, creating a public nuisance. The property is operating as a parking lot without a business tax receipt and multiple vehicles obstructing the sidewalk. It is being maintained in such a manner that this property may threaten or endanger the public health, safety, or welfare, adversely affect and impair the economic welfare of adjacent properties. This violation is transient in nature, and as such, this case will be presented to special magistrate whether or not the violation complies to impose fines of up to $15,000 per occurrence. So in these photos, you'll see that this lot is being overrun with parking. It is not a parking lot. It is literally just a grass field. And these vehicles do not belong to the occupants, the owners of this property. They belong to a club down the road that is operating and using their field for parking without their knowledge. The city is looking just for a finding of fact with no fines.
Yes, ma'am.
So, as he mentioned, it is an unmonitored empty lot, and we did not know that the nightclub was using our property, or trespassing on our property in the evening. So, it has been suggested that we put a camera on the lot so that we could monitor it at all times.
What the city is telling me is they agree with what you just told me. They are looking for a finding of fact, excuse me, which means simply that I recognize that the violation took place. They're asking for no fines to be imposed, which I will not impose any fines.
Thank you.
And I hope that it works out for you and that you can keep the lot open. So I'll make that finding based on the photographs and the testimony of the code officer that the violation did exist, but there'll be no fines.
Thank you so much.
Good luck to you.
Have a good day.
Next case, page 32, Inspector Karen Proto, Case number CE 250-30051, case address 1831 Northwest 7th Terrace, owner Nordelis Florinord and Ophelia Florinord, Select, and all others. First heard 52925 to comply by 62625 and 82825. One section not complied at $50 per day, $2,350 grand total. The city's requesting the full amount and fines continues to accrue.
Good morning, sir. State your name for the record, please.
Matthew Florinord.
Inspector Proto for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case and address is read into the records. At special magistrate hearing on 5/29/25, Special Magistrate Flynn ordered 91 days for violation 9304B, or $50 a day thereafter. As of pre-hearing inspection on 10/13/25, 904B remains. The case is not in compliance. The city is recommending full imposition of fines.
Yes, sir.
So like when we did all the maintenance for the other house, it's just like ran up like problems, like basically money wise, basically yeah, it's like money wise ran out. Like
All right. I think you're telling me that you don't have the money to do it. Is that what I'm hearing?
basically like for like the other stuff she mentioned, we like
Yeah, you took
complied.
care of the other violations.
Yeah,
There was
it's like-
1, 2, 3, there was 4 violations.
Yeah.
They're all complied except for the
Yeah,
driveway.
it's like we just ran
But I
into
don't
that
have
one.
the authority to dismiss the case based on hardship
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
so how much time do you need?
90.
As opposed to 90? All right with 90? All right, 91 would be January 13th, 2026. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time. You want an order to reappear? Yes. Order to reappear. So basically, you're giving you until January 13th to take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
The fine will stop to run, but there are existing fines which will have to be dealt with after the fact. And if there's an order to reappear, which means that you need to be here unless you and the code officer both agree that it's complied.
Okay.
Okay.
Like for the fines, I still.
I'll let you deal with the fines. I'm going to deal with on a different day. We're not going to deal with
Oh,
that
okay,
today.
no problem. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 21. Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 250-60534, case address 3310 Glendale Boulevard, owner James E. Williams, posted at property 91825, posted at 1 East Broward 10125.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Can you state your name for the record, please?
James Williams.
Good morning, Inspector Rachel Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case as read in. This property was first inspected on 6/19/25 and the following violations were observed. 9-280 parentheses H parentheses 1. The fence at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. The chain link fence in the back of the property has large holes in the mesh and is covered in vegetation. 9-280 parentheses H was withdrawn. 9-306, the exterior building walls have not been maintained. Structural parts, including fascia and soffits, are in disrepair, and there are areas of the exterior that has stains and missing peeling paint. There has been no contact made with the property owner regarding the cited violations. As of pre-hearing inspection dated 10/13/25, the property remains out of compliance. The city is requesting 36 days or $50 per day per violation thereafter.
Is 306 just to clean the exterior walls?
Yeah, the painting of the exterior walls.
It's not roof work or anything?
No, nothing roof.
All right, so he's got to
paint,
and he's got to take care of the fence. Yes, sir.
That's the holes there have been taken care of in the back. Just the picture she just showed.
Did you put up new fencing?
No, sir. It was just holes in the fence. I just pulled it back together.
Is that going to work?
That's been taken care of.
All right. Well, here's the deal. I'm going to give you some time. She's going to have to go out and take a look and see if she's in agreement with that it complies. And then the other thing is this painting. How much time? How much time do you need?
I don't know. I'm retired, I'm on a fixed income, I don't have like $3,000-$4,000 to paint the whole house. That water.
Can they pressure clean it?
No, it does need to be repainted, and we are not opposed to giving additional time, and I could probably try to help you find some resources to get that, help you with some painting.
Yeah, sure.
Okay?
Thank you.
So how much time are you talking about?
Let's do a.
Oh, I'm sorry, before you do that, just so it's clear, whatever needs to be painted would have to be painted, but you don't have to paint the entire house, just the areas that are in need of it. So you may have sections that don't need it. Okay, so just, and the inspector will talk to you about that. I just don't want you to think that the whole house has to be repainted. Okay, only what's needed, or if there's areas that could just be cleaned. But she'll go over everything with you on that. But go ahead, Rachel, I apologize.
No problem. I'm not opposed to giving 119 days to give me time to get him connected to some resources.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
So that would be February 10th, 2026, or a fine of $50 a day for each violation.
Correct.
And again, the fence might be complied. She has to go out and confirm it. Okay? And if it isn't, if they think it's not, you may have to take additional steps. But if it is, that one she'll clear, and the remaining one will be what you do with the painting of the house and what form and how you get it done.
I will have to pay $50 a day from now until February?
No. Until it starts February.
Yeah, we're not going to
We're giving you until February 10th. There'll be no fines until then.
Thank you.
Okay. Good luck.
All right.
Thank you.
Anybody else here? Okay.
Next case, page 7, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 250400309, case address 5701 Northeast 19th Avenue, owner Deneen Huffman, posted at property 92425, posted at 1 East Broward 10125.
Think about what you might want to do. I mean, I'd kind of rather plow ahead if we can do it, if it's not too long, but I don't know what we got left.
Right here.
Up here.
Yeah, you have to. It's a public meeting.
Hello,
Hello. How are you? State your name for the record, please.
Deneen Huffman.
Okay.
Inspector Kendrick from the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case and address as read. This property was first cited on 4/20/2025. The property was purchased from Ms. Huffman on 5/29/2025, according to Broward County property appraisals. The case was amended, posted, and given time to correct the following violations. Violation 9-305B, the landscaping at this property is not being maintained in a well-kept appearance. There's areas of dead and missing ground cover. All other violations was complied prior to Ms. Huffman's purchase of the property. A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 10/13/2025, and the property remains in violation as depicted in the photos. The city is requesting 91 days for violation 9-305B, or a daily fine of $50 per day thereafter.
The vast majority of violations have already been taken care of. There's just the one outstanding one. They're looking to give you by the way, I'll let you speak. I'm just not speaking for you, but.
Oh, no, thank you.
They're looking to give you 91 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 a day. You can do it within that time frame, I would think.
Thank you. If I have any issues, I've had an issue getting contractors to show up. May I come back to court?
Yes, we can do an order to
we can do an
reappear.
order to reappear, but this is just the landscaping. Everything else has been taken care of. But if you want an order to reappear, I'll be happy to do that. So.
Just if I need it, if I don't get everything cleared.
91 days would take us to January 13th, 2026, or
Thank you.
$50 a day. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
We have one more.
Oh, okay.
Next case, page 17, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25070300, case address 5700 Northeast 18th Terrace, owner Deneen Huffman, posted at property 92225, posted at 1 East Broward 10125.
State your name for the record again, please.
Deneen Huffman.
Inspector Kendrick with the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case and address as read. This property was first cited on 7/10/2025 and given time to correct the following violations. Violation 9-305B has complied. Violation 9-304B, the driveway at this property is not being maintained in a well-kept appearance. There's weeds growing through it. Violation 9-306 has complied. A pre-hearing inspection was
363.
9-363 has complied.
Okay.
A pre-hearing inspection was conducted on 10/13/2025 and found the property remains in violation as depicted in the photos for violation 9-304B. The city is requesting 36 days for violation 9-304B or a daily fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Is it just the grass growing up to the pavers that has?
No, it's actually dirty where it's not being kept in a well-kept appearance. Ms. Huffman actually started pressure cleaning. If you could see in one of the photos, not that photo, the next photo maybe. The previous photo from the 13th of yesterday, Ms. Huffman had someone start the pressure clean it, and she plans on pressure cleaning it by this week sometime.
So how many days did you say, 36?
I gave her 36 to be on the
36?
safe side, but whenever it's done, it will be
All right.
okay.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Nope.
Okay.
We'll have that one complete. And
Okay,
then we'll
thank
be
you.
Out of violation.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. It'll be, the respondent will be given until November 19th to come to compliance or face a fine of
This won't be $100 per day.
$100 a day. All right.
Ooh, I better get that done.
Yes. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye. All right. Do we want to take a break? Yes,
This concludes our cases with respondents. We'll take a 10-minute break.
We'll be given 15 days to come into compliance, which is October 29th, or face fine of $150 a day.
Next case, page 19, Inspector Rafael Santos, case number CE 2507-0342, case address 1903 Southwest 3rd Ave, owner ACS 1903 LLC, posted at property 91825, posted at 1 East Broward 10125.
Inspector Rafael Santos for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case and address is read into the record. Inspector Mohammed inspected this property on July 11th, 2025, and cited for the following violations. 9-306 is complied. 47-2.2.Q.3, that is complied. 47-20.20.H is complied. 9-363 is complied. 15-28, the business tax at this location is operating without a current business tax receipt. He also cited for 26.129A4, which is complied. The inspection report was posted on the property July 11th, and a copy was mailed to the owner listed on BCPA. I re-inspected August 11th, 2025, and August 28th, 2025. Posted the property September 18th, 2025. Pre-hearing inspection was conducted on October 8th, 2025, and found that the violation is not complied. The city is requesting 36 days to comply or a fine of $100 thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice. The sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The violation exists. The respondent will be given 36 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $100 a day.
Next case, page 20, Inspector Rafael Santos, case number CE 25090-145, case address 706 Southeast 12th Street, owner Millennium A1A Builders LLC, posted at property 91825, posted at 1 East Broward 10125.
Inspector Rafael Santos for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case and address is read into the record. Inspector Mohammed inspected this property on September 6, 2025, and cited for the following violations. 18-12A, there's overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and its swale. There are multiple piles of dirt, sand, and or other construction material placed in the middle of the lot. This is a repeat violation as per case number CE 24120403, and as such, fines began to accrue from the date the violation was first observed on September 6, 2025, and continue to accrue. Code section 47-34.1.1.A.1, there's illegal land use occurring at this RML-25 zone property. Outdoor storage consisting of but not limited to construction and or framework equipment. 9-305B is complied. 26-129 parentheses A parentheses 4 is complied. Inspection report was posted on the property September 6, 2025, and a copy was mailed to the owner listed on BCPA. Re-inspected the property September 9th, September 18th, September 25th, October 7th, 2025, and October 13th, 2025. Posted the property September 18th, 2025. Pre-hearing inspection was conducted on October 13th, 2025, and found that the violations are not complied.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony that, what's the recommended time for compliance?
Well, 1812A, that's a repeat, so fines would start accruing as of September 6th, 2025.
Is there already a fine amount, or is it $100 a day?
$100 a day.
Okay.
And then for code section 47-34.1.A.1, we're asking for 36 days or $100 thereafter.
Okay. All right, I'll find that there's no sworn testimony that is uncontested. 1812A, I'll find is in violation. That is a starting date of
September 6th.
November 6th. 47-341A1 will be given 36 days to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 22, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 2506060, case address 811 Southwest 31st Ave, owner 1416 Cortono Park Realty LLC, posted at property 92525, posted at 1 East Broward 10125.
This Inspector Rachel Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case as read in. This property was first inspected on 6/26/25, and the following violations were observed. 9-304 parentheses B. There are vehicles, trailers parked on the grass lawn area. There's a black SUV, 2 Toyotas, Priuses, a work van, a Ford pickup truck, being parked on the front lawn of the property. Also, the driveway at the property has weeds, grass growing through it. The driveway is also stained with a brown and black substance. This is a recurring violation per case number CE 21050-480, and is being presented to magistrate whether or not compliance is met. 9-305 parentheses B. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and or well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. This is also a recurring violation per case CE 21050-408. 9-308 parentheses B. There is debris, trash, or another element which is not permanent on the roof. The roof of this property is stained with a black substance. 9-363, failure to register the residential rental dwelling within the city. The free application has not been submitted or is incomplete. 47-39.8.1.B parentheses 7 parentheses A 1 is complied. 9-280 parentheses H parentheses 1 is complied. Contact has been established with the tenant of the property. However, there has been no correspondence or communication with the property owner concerning the site of violations. As a pre-hearing inspection dated 10/13/25, the property remains out of compliance. The city is requesting the following. For the violation of 9-304 parentheses B, 10 days or $100 per day thereafter. For 9-305 parentheses B and 9-308 parentheses B, 36 days or $100 per violation per day thereafter. And for 9-363, 15 days or $100 per day thereafter, and a finding of fact for all recurring violations.
Okay, I'll find that there's notice of sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violations exist. There'll be findings of fact for each violation. 9-304B, 10 days to come into compliance, or $100 a day. 9-305B, 36 days to come into compliance, or a fine of $100 a day. 9-308B, 36 days to come into compliance, or a fine of $100 a day. 9-363, 15 days to come into compliance, or a fine of $50 a day? $150?
$100 a day.
$100 a day. Okay.
Next case, page 22, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 250-60405, case address 611 East Dayton Circle, owner Ernestine Robertson and Derek Clay, posted at property 9/18/25, posted at 1 East Broward 10125.
Inspector Rachel Moore for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case as read. This property was first inspected on 6/26/25, and the following violations were observed. 280(H)(1). The fence at this property is in disrepair and is not being maintained as required. The wooden fence in the backyard of this property is completely deteriorated. There are missing and broken slats, and the fence has fallen. There has been no communication with the property owner concerning the cited violation. As of pre-hearing inspection dated 10/13/25, the property remains out of compliance. The city is requesting 36 days or $50 per day thereafter.
Have you heard from them?
No, and I've knocked on the door several times. No one.
Okay. I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested, the violation exists. The respondent will be given 36 days to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day.
Next case, page 23, Inspector Rachel Moore, case number CE 250700021, case address 441 Carolina Avenue, owner Nicholas Dulce, posted at property 93025, posted at 1 East Broward 10125.
Inspector Rachel Moore, presenting case as read in. This property was first inspected on 7/1/25 and the following violations were observed. 18-12, parentheses, A is complied. 9-304, parentheses, B is complied. 18-4, parentheses, C is complied. 18-1, there is roof storage in the carport consisting of, but not limited to, buckets, bags, boxes, and other miscellaneous items at this property that is creating a public nuisance. It is being maintained in such a manner that the property is or may reasonably become infested or inhabited by rodents, vermin, or wild animals, or may furnish a breeding place for mosquitoes, or threatens or endangers the public health, safety, or welfare, or may adversely affect and impair the economic welfare of the adjacent properties. 47-39.A.1.B, parentheses, 6, parentheses, B is complied. 47-39.A.1.B, parentheses, 7, parentheses, A1 is complied as of 10/13. There is, 25-4 is complied. 9-305, parentheses, B. The landscape at this property is not being maintained in a neat and or well-kept appearance. There are areas of dead and missing ground cover. Contact was made with the property owner concerning these cited violations. As a pre-hearing inspection dated 10/13/25, the property remains out of compliance. The city is requesting the following. For the violation of 18-1, 10 days or $50 per day thereafter. And for the violation of 9-305, parentheses, B, 36 days or $50 per day thereafter.
Okay. I'll find that there's notice, the sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. For 18-1, the respondent will be given 10 days to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day. For 9-305B, they'll be given 36 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day. Was 4739A1B 6B complied? That's complied, I've got, right?
Yes.
Was 4739A1B 7A1 complied?
It was complied as of 10/13, pre-hearing inspection.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Special Magistrate.
Thank you.
Next case, page 26, Inspector Robert Kropp, Lenny Champagne presenting, case number CE 250200818, case address 814 Southeast 14th Street, owner Eve Jean, posted at property 91825, posted at 1 East Broward 10125.
Leonard Champagne for the City of Fort Lauderdale for case number CE 25020818, case address 814 Southeast 14th Street. This property was first inspected on 2/28/2025. Following a neighborhood complaint of an unregistered vacation rental, the following violation was observed. Violation 15272A, this property is being utilized as a vacation rental without the required certificate of compliance from the city. This violation is a transient in nature, and as such, this case will be presented before the special magistrate. This violation is still not complied. The city is requesting 15 days to come into compliance or $1,000 a day thereafter.
Is $1,000 a day the typical fine amount? Typically, do you do $1,000 a day for these?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Magistrate?
It's $1,000 a day.
They're asking for $1,000
Yes,
a day.
because it's a vacation rental without a certificate.
Okay. I would assume that's because of the amount of money they can generate.
Correct.
Right. Okay. All right. I'm going to find that there's a notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given until October 29th to come into compliance or face $1,000 a day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case, page 26, Inspector Leonard Champagne. Case number CE 250900179. Case address 4040 Galt Ocean Drive, number 806. Owner James P. Malone. Posted at property 92325. Posted at 1 East Broward 10125.
Leonard Champagne for the City of Fort Lauderdale for case and address as read. This property was previously cited on November 6, 2024, under case CE 24110088, where it was taken before the Special Magistrate on January 14, 2025. The Special Magistrate ruled in favor of the city, allowing 15 days for compliance. The case came into compliance on April 8, 2025. Special Magistrate hearing on 3/27/2025 imposed fine. On September 10, 2025, this property was cited again for the same violation, 15281A. This vacation rental property is operating with expired certificate. As of October 13, 2025, the violation has not been complied. The city is requesting a fine of $1,000 per day. The property was found to be out of compliance on 9/10/2025, 9/15/2025, 9/19/25, 9/23/2025, 10/1/2025, 10/7/2025, 10/8/2025, 10/13/25, and the fines continue. And we're asking for the fines to continue to accrue. So that was 8 violations that we were presenting for evidence and at $1,000 apiece. So imposing $8,000 and fines are continuing to accrue.
Okay, I'm just going to have to clarify something for me. I get that you got specific dates that they're not in compliance and you want $1,000 for those.
Right, yeah, because these are the ones that were proven.
It's still not in compliance?
No, as of yesterday, it was not in compliance. That's why I have one here. Was one of the ones proven is 10/13/2025.
Magistrate? So when it's a vacation rental with an expired certificate, or even if it's without a certificate, and we verified via their advertisement listings, before the fines begin to run when we're here, we ask for the dates that we checked the advertisement in the event that they took it down in between. That's all.
No, I figured. So you can demonstrate that it was in violation on those specific days?
Correct.
And your belief is that it's still out of compliance as of today?
Correct.
All right, so I'll find that there's notice. I'll find that the violations existed on those 8 specific dates that were read into the record. There'll be $1,000 a day fine imposed for each of those days. And then what's the daily fine? $1,000 a day for, just starting now, right? There's no period of time to come into compliance or not?
Correct. Lenny, is this a repeat?
This is, yes, it's stated in here.
Yeah, this is a repeat violation, so we're not giving any time to comply.
That's why the $1,000 a day.
Accrue daily.
Right.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Next case, page 27, Inspector Wanda Aquavella, case number CE 250900122, case address 2505 Center Ave, owner Center Beach Oasis LLC, posted at property 92325, posted at 1 East Broward 10125. The case is complied.
Complied, okay.
Next case, page 29, Inspector Wanda Aquavella, case number CE 2502199, case address 200 Southwest 9th Avenue 1-2, owner Craig A. Mills and Judy Karen Bocas, first heard 6/26/25 to comply by 7/11/25 and 7/24/25. One section complies $100 per day for $300. 2 sections not complied $100 per day for $800. Total fine $1,100. The city is requesting the full amount and fines continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there is notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violations have been complied. I'll impose the fine and note that they continue to accrue.
Next case, page 30, Inspector Robert Kroc, case number CE 250800244, case address 1517 Northeast 17th Terrace, owner Happy Seahorse LLC, first cited 8/8/25 to comply by 8/8/25. One section complied at $250 per day with a fine of $250. Appeal deadline 8/23/25. The city is requesting full amount, no appeal received, and this is a citation.
There is no appeal received? All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony, the city is uncontested, the citation, the violation exists, I'll impose the fine.
Next case, page 30, Inspector Jessica Martinez, case number CE 24010689.
Magistrate, can we just go back to that?
Yeah.
Did we submit any evidence? Oh, so we need to play the video.
Okay. Even though I'll find that there's notice. The city submitted into the record competent substantial evidence which demonstrates that the violation did exist. I'll impose the fine.
Next case, page 30, Inspector Jessica Martinez, case number CE 24010689, case address 921 Northwest 5th Street, owner William Green Enterprises, LLC. This is to vacate the order of 8/29/24, release the lien, and close the case.
Okay, why are we vacating it? Do we know? Anybody know why? I mean, I'm going to do it, but what happened here? Okay.
Dorian. Give me 1 second.
Sure. You want to come back to it? You want to go ahead?
6, case address 300 Southwest 31st Avenue, owner Carlton A. Dixon. First heard 7/24/25 to comply by 8/3/25 and 8/28/25. 4 sections not complied at $50 per day with a fine of $11,900. The city is requesting the full amount and fines continues to accrue.
Okay, I'll find that there's no sworn testimony. The city is uncontested that the order hasn't been complied with. I'll find that it's noticed in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County, and I'll certify the fine and pose the fine and note that they're still accruing.
Next case, page 32, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 24090287, case address 6500 Northeast 21st Ave, owner Jane Barbera Borrowy, Revocable Trust. First heard 3/11/25 to comply by 3/21/25 and 4/8/25. Suspensions noted on the agenda. 1 section not complied to $100 per day. 9,800 is accrue. The city is requesting the full amount and fines continues to accrue.
I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city's uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with, and I'll impose the fine.
Next case, page 33, Inspector Shaquan Kendrick, case number CE 25020268. Case address 5100 North State Road 7, owner 5100 North State Road 7 FLL Inc. First heard 6/10/25 to comply by 8/12/25. 1 section not complied is $200 per day with a total of $12,600. City is requesting the full amount and fines continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with, and I'll certify the fine.
Next case, page 35. Inspector John Claude Noel, case number CE 25030464, case address 795 East Sunrise Boulevard, owner Brower Design Center Inc. First heard 7/24/25 to comply by 8/3/25 and 8/28/25. 2 sections not complied at $100 per day with a total fine of $11,900. City is requesting the full amount and fines continues to accrue.
I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested, the violation exists, and I'll certify the fine.
Next case, page 37, Inspector Paulette Del Grosso. Case number CE 23110093, case address 646 Flamingo Drive, owner 646 Flamingo LLC. First heard 2/9/24 to comply by 3/8/24. Suspensions noted in the agenda. 2 sections not complied to $100 per day with a total fine of $48,200. The city is requesting the full amount and fines continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested, the order has been complied with, and I'll certify the fine. You want to go back to the, to that prior case, the vacation case?
Case.
Do you need to read it again?
No, I don't think
Okay.
we do we?
So Supervisor Cologne for the City of Fort Lauderdale. So this was going back to vacate the order to release the lien and close the case, and the violations were recited on a new case.
Okay.
And it was because there was a very long length of time between inspections.
Okay, so you want to void this case and start a new case?
Yes,
Okay,
there was
I'll
an issue with it.
I'll vacate the order and release the, vacate the release of, what are we doing here?
Release the lien.
Release the lien.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's going to be a long day here.
Next case, page 39, Inspector Malik Jones. Case number CE 2505024, case address 1042 Northwest 1st Ave, owner First Fort Lauderdale Haitian Missionary Baptist Church. First heard 7/24/25 to comply by 8/3/25. 3 sections complied to $100 per day. 6,600 has accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount.
All right, find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested, that it's in compliance, but there's existing fine. I'll impose the fines.
Next case, page 41, Inspector Guy Siderman, case number CE 2506049, case address 957 Northwest 16th Avenue, owner George Fraser Estate and Horace Fraser Estate. First heard 7/24/25 to comply by 8/3/25 and 8/28/25. 3 sections not complied at $50 per day, 8,300 grand total. The city is requesting the full amount and the fines continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested, the violations still exist, the order has been complied with, and I'll certify the fine.
Next case, page 42, Inspector Guy Siderman, case number CE 250400627, case address 725 Northwest 19th Terrace, owner Lei Chung Young. First heard 7/24/25 to comply by 8/25. 4 sections complied to $100 per day. 10,200 has accrued, and the city is requesting the full amount.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. They're in compliance in all of these, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're just looking for the imposition of fine. All right, I'll impose the fine.
Next case, page 43, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 2507048, case address 503 Southwest 16th Street, owner Harsh and Shirley Gupta. First cited 7/15/25 to comply by 7/15/25. 2 sections complied at $250 and $500. $750 has accrued. Appeal deadline 7/30/25. The city is requesting the full amount. No appeal received, and this is a citation.
And this is a what?
Citation.
Citation. Okay, I guess I'll hear the evidence then. You need me to do that, don't you? Yes. It's what you asked last time.
Sorry, what was the question? Was it about the citation?
Yeah, there was no appeal, but I've been advised that I need to hear the evidence.
Just photos because it's parking, irresponsible parking.
Okay, let me see the photos then, please. Okay, let me just see.
There you go.
Okay. And then they failed to respond within the 1 hour, right? All right, I'll find that there's notice. I'll find that there was no appeal of the citation. The city's entered evidence into the record to suggest the violation exists. I'll impose the fine of $250 and $500.
Next case, page 44, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 250207775. Case address 2351 Southwest 27th Terrace. Owner Heather Rossioli. First heard 6/10/25 to comply by 8/12/25. 3 sections not complied at $50 per day with a fine of $9,450. 1 section complied at $50 per day with a fine of $1,800. Total fine $11,250. City is requesting the full amount and the fines continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's a notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County, accept the sworn testimony of the city that the order has been complied with, and I'll certify the fine and post the fines.
Next case, page 45, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 241105550. Case address 2467 Cat K Lane. Owner Matthew Neville and Lindsay Woodruff. First heard 2/11/25 to comply by 5/13/25. Suspensions noted on the agenda. 1 section complied at $50 per day with a fine of $2,100. The city is requesting no fines.
Okay, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. I'll note for the record that the order has been complied with and there'll be no fines imposed.
Next case, page 47, Inspector Matthew Flesher, case number CE 250502266. Case address 2507 Will Harbor Lane. Owner Anwar Khan. First heard 8/12/25 to comply by 10/14/25. 2 sections not complied at $50 per day. Fine starts 10/15/25, and this was an order to reappear.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. There's no one here. And the fines will start to accrue.
Next case, page Next case, page 51, Inspector Vanessa Willis, case number CE 241200054, case address 1305 Northwest 2nd Street, owner Tia Commercial LLC. First heard 4/24/25 to comply by 5/4/25 and 6/26/25. 1 section complied at $100 per day with a fine of $2,100. The city is requesting the full amount. And this is an order to vacate 7/24/25 and reimpose.
Okay, you know where I'm going with this. Why are we vacating this?
So I think the first order, if Crystal can correct me, this was the one that it had the wrong fine amount entered or something? And then we wanted to vacate and then just reimpose it so that it has the correct fine amounts.
Actually, what happened, Magistrate, on the last order, we do need 7/24. Have been imposed and not reduced. So we do need to correct the order.
Okay.
But we cannot reimpose today because this is not a Massey and the respondent is not here.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for all of that.
So we're just correcting the original order that found the violation with the amount of fine.
Correct.
Thank you, Nadine.
Right. And that's being done because she didn't reduce it, which would take her out of, if he had, that would mean she couldn't have done amnesty.
Correct.
So you want to correct the order to reflect that she didn't have it reduced so that she can go to amnesty, but I can't reimpose it today because of notice issues, right? So they'll come back to be reimposed later. Okay, great. Got it. I'll just give you a heads up. Anytime you guys are going to vacate something, I'm going to ask you. I just need to know what it is that happened. And I'm not trying to make you look bad here. I just want to know what it is that happened.
Next case, page 53, Inspector Vanessa Willis, case number CE 240600659. Case address 1213 Northwest 3rd Street. Owner Hazenga 1213 Land Trust. This is an order to vacate and close the case.
Dorian? No one knows. Well, if you're going to close it, I'm a little more comfortable with that. I'll vacate and close it. I'm sure. But again, for prior hearings, if you're going to bring one, just take a look and scribble something down on what.
Duly noted.
Thank you.
The city is requesting to enter pages 54 and 55 in today's hearing as an exhibit. It is the city's list of complied, closed, withdrawn, and rescheduled cases. This concludes the special magistrate hearing agenda for October 14, 2025.
Okay, those cases will be noted for the record, and we stand adjourned unless anybody else has anything else they want to do. Thank you. Thank you, folks.